Good evening, good morrow, and good day, and welcome to another edition of Slice and Dice, here not with the Manylands campaign, but with a very festive, a very Manylands Festmas. And joining me in our festive frolics today, we have some you'll recognise as from the main campaign, in the Manylands campaign. We've got Dan, we've got Marshall, and we've got James. Hi, guys. And in addition to those three chaps, we've also been joined by... Well, you may know him by reputation. You may know him from things that you've seen him in on your telly box, or perhaps you've seen stand-up comedy with him, or perhaps you went to university with him, or perhaps there are some other reasons why you know of him. But he is the one and the only Ethan Lawrence joining us.
Hello.
Hey, Ethan.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm very well. I'll pretend that we haven't been speaking for the last half an hour, but it's great to have you here.
According to the Skype call, we've been on it for 54 minutes.
Yes, we've been a lot of tech setting up, because as you can see, those of you watching live on Twitch with us, or of course on catch up on YouTube, will see that the display for today's one shot is entirely different to what we normally have in the Manylands campaign. I've made a special effort just for you guys, and of course we have some entirely new characters, because today we are playing a one shot, a festive one shot. A very Manylands Festmas. Now, I've got a little primer, a little sort of bit to read out, which I shared with everyone at the end of last week's main game, which I will catch you guys up with and read to kick things off when we get into the stream proper. We get into the episode, the session proper. But before we get to that point, first of all, we have some things that remain from our usual live streams, or our usual sessions here on Slice and Dice. We've got to start with some shameless plugs.
Shameless plug!
So the first shameless plug I have for you, hot off the press, because I managed to get this fixed only an hour ago, but our Teespring store is now active again. Had some problems with it being flagged as a duplicate when it was not. There was some problems there, but we got it fixed. So our Spring store is now active again, so you can buy our T-shirts and merch of any kind, and there'll be some new lines which will be going up in January. They were meant to go up at the beginning of December. However, because I couldn't access it, it hasn't happened. But we've got some more themed collections coming up in the new year. So keep your eye out for that on our Spring store. And there's a link to that, of course, as with pretty much anything else that I talk about here, on our Twitch page that you can find. All the money from buying merch on our Spring store helps support the channel. It really is appreciated, and it's helped me, for instance, be able to buy a new webcam. I've got a lot of tech ready for eventually when we are live and in person again, but it's looking further and further away with how things are going at the moment. But eventually I'm sure we'll get to play around the same table together, maybe. But
do make sure you do donate and give money, because that's basically funding me today, my salary for being on this. So,
and he's not cheap, despite what the rumors may say.
Excuse you.
You're getting paid.
Yeah. Are we not all getting paid?
I think they think that you're being serious.
Strike.
Watch it. The players are going to
unionize.
This is your... No. You got to be human to have human rights. All right. Anyway.
Wow.
Shots fired. Speaking of players, past and present. So you'll see in the chat with Martolio is in the chat. Hey, Marta, who is not well enough to join us in the one shot today, and it was a bit of a last minute thing where I was like, well, you could if you wanted to. She's like, well, I could if you want a baddie in there. I said, yeah, maybe not. Maybe let's just leave it. She's now asking what her day rate is. I can't afford you, and you know that.
I've caused such discord already.
Ironic, because we use Discord for the audio, and here you are.
Unintentional pun.
Unintentional pun. We love puns here. Anyway, so that was our first shameless plug. Secondly,
shameless plug.
I didn't warn Ethan that I do pause because I press a button to have the shameless plug sound effect happen, which you guys can't hear. Anyway,
all right.
Second shameless plug. Marta is legit wrecked today. Her words. No. The second shameless plug today is that, of course, after today's stream, festive as it is, we will be off for the holidays, but we will be back in January to continue the main campaign. Keep your eyes on our on our social media, as I'll keep you in the loop of when we are back with the main campaign. We'll definitely be announcing it ahead of time so that you know when we're back, because I haven't yet put out and settled on a date with everyone that we can all do, so we'll sort that in the new year. And in addition to that, if you're not already following our podcast channel, please do so, because we have our podcast series Baldoa, and which is rather than just taking the session as we do it like live here on Twitch, which is a few hours of us backing and forthing and a lot of banter. Baldoa takes a much more short form sort of narrative form, where I recount what has happened in a narrative voice through the events of another D&D campaign. The first 2 episodes are already up on our podcast channel. It's wherever you get your podcast, at Slice and Dice. But a third one, I'm in the process of editing and should have it done in time for Christmas. If not, it'll be up before the new year. I'll give you that much. And finally, from me...
Shameless plug.
Shameless plugs. Big thank you to our most recent followers, and we've had a few of you swarm in already. So Hannah in Tech, Bull J Squish Day, the Commodore 14, and Ethan D. Lawrence. Thank you all for following us here on Twitch.
I thought I should follow the channel.
Yeah,
since I'm on it in that.
It is appreciated that you are indeed following. Thank you for this. First time
I'm so unfamiliar with Twitch, you guys.
I'm still unfamiliar with it, and I've been doing it now for 2 years.
What hope do I have?
We've got a first-time chat from the Commodore 14. He says, "Just found this channel today. Evening, everyone. Hello." Thank you for joining us for this what a time to find us. A very special one-shot. So completely new characters for our main campaign. It's a great sort of jumping on point. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the festivities that are up and coming. Speaking of up and coming, does anyone else have any shameless plugs before we continue with today's session? Looking at the main crowd. No, Ethan, come on. What have you got for us?
Oh, you want? Okay. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Okay, right. So, things you can check me out on currently at the minute. If you go on BBC iPlayer, you can look at Horrible History Series 9. I'm in that. On January the 14th next year, Afterlife Series 3 is coming out. You should watch that. Catch the other series on Netflix. While you're on Netflix, why not check out Bad Education? You might as well, since you're there. What else? Oh yeah, follow me at Ethan D. Lawrence everywhere. That's my unified social media. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
That was incredibly speedy, and I have nothing to add but the sound effects.
Shameless plug.
Also a comment from the Commodore 14 who said, "I picked you guys up via the rather unusual route of Terry Minot going on to David Earl and Joe Wilkinson's podcast, who then had Ethan Lawrence on, who I subsequently followed here." So you have literally followed.
That is a circuitous route.
I love the explanation as well. Thank you for taking us on that journey. In exchange, the Commodore 14, we will now be taking you on a journey of our very own, as we're going to jump in with tonight's... Oh, wait, look into Marshall's dice. Look into the dice. Look into the dice. Not around the dice. Look into the dice. And you're under. We're going to jump in with today's a very Manylands Festmas. Here we go. And we are back. So, guys, you join us in the Great Ice Reef in the very north of the Manylands. In fact, it is it is beyond the Manylands, even the Great Ice Reef. It is a wilderness of snow and ice. It is inhospitable to most folk, incredibly cold, that most would perish long before they found any kind of civilization up here. I'm just going to get some suitable music on because I lost it for a second there. Where is it? Where's it gone? Aha! Again, you guys joining in the session can't hear the music, but for those of you on Twitch, you will be able to. And, it's all about the atmos, right? First time chat from Bullage Squish Day. I've come the Chatter Biscuit route too. Evening all, evening. Thank you for joining us.
Tell you what, going on Chatterbix was one of the best things I ever did. Clearly,
yes. I mean, I should really thank you in some other way, really, for for bringing all these people with you from Chatter Biscuit. Love it. Maybe I'll buy you some biscuits. We've had the
nice.
chats. Seems fair. All right. So anyway, in the heart of the Great Ice Reef, in an otherwise unknown location that has not been mapped because of how rural and inaccessible the Great Ice Reef area is, there is a small enclave of folk of many different kinds, who all are united in service to one of the 8 gods of the Manylands, Festir, the god of plenty. Festir, once a year, will travel around the entirety of the Manylands upon his chariot pulled by 8 Pegasi, distributing gifts amongst the good and godly in and amongst the Manylands. It's at a time that they call Festmas, and during the rest of the year, this enclave, made up of all kinds of folks, of helpers of Festir, contribute by building, making, and otherwise using their magic and other gifts to create presents to be gifted out on that fateful night on Festmas Eve. We join this enclave as a few days prior to Festmas, where it is a hive of activity. And I will just give you a little bit of text from the primer, which the players have read, just to give you a little bit more about it. So, far to the north, the Great Ice Reef is virtually uninhabitable, so much so that no map has been charted of the land beyond, no knowledge existing of what lies in the frozen wastes. What a perfect place for Festir's little helpers to dwell. Granted protection from the icy elements by Sparks Light, for the goddess of renewal recognised the inherent goodness that comes from the merry act of anonymous gift-giving. Festir's helpers have lived an isolated but nonetheless merry life in their log cabin enclave, taking great pleasure in making gifts, drinking eggnog, and eating various roasts, for root vegetables and some animals can still be hunted and gathered in the far north, and the enclave comes with a henhouse too. This culminates in Festir's chosen helpers delivering presents to all the good and godly in the Manylands on the night before Festmas in Festir's Pegasi-led flying chariot. This year started like any other for Festir's helpers, all building towards that cheerful day in the middle of winter in the Manylands calendar. That's 6th day, the 30th of Decliner, and the year is 1683, which, fun fact, is the same year that the main campaign is set in currently. With 3 days to go, the helpers have a problem. Festir's Pegasi have gone missing. With the clock ticking, will the Manylands have a Festmas at all? Only if a little group of helpers can be a big help. So, we join the action before any Pegasi have gone missing. So, spoiler alert, the Pegasi go missing. But we join it
That's
inside...
organic storytelling, that is.
I mean, who needs a linear narrative, right? Inside the largest of the buildings in the enclave, many helpers of all different creeds and colours are hard at work, all of them wearing green tunics, wearing red hats, and otherwise busy, actually some green hats. There are a mixture of different coloured hats, very similar to the one that I'm currently wearing, busying themselves away, making gifts and so on. One such creature, being hard at work, is a kobold by the name of Nutmeg. Marshall, could you describe Nutmeg to us, please?
Oh, Lord. Nutmeg is a kobold. If you don't know what a kobold is, they are tiny lizard-like creatures who think, perhaps rightly, perhaps wrongly, that they are related to dragons and therefore deserve all the respect that dragons have. Yes, the tiny little horns. Nutmeg is wearing the traditional festive Darth elf costume that Jack has already described. And they are making tiny stone toys.
Tiny what toys?
Stone
stone
toys. They have mason's tools, and they're carving toys out of stone for children.
Currently, I would say most likely carving a dragon chess set.
Well, that seems wildly more appropriate to be made of stone than anything I was thinking of, so sure.
You're welcome. So Nutmeg has his own workspace, as do all of the helpers, within this very large... It's a very long log cabin. incredibly long, like village hall sort of size. A bit bigger, but village hall kind of setup. Very open, and each of the helpers have their own workspace, which they are carrying out their business on. It is a hive of activity because the day is shortly here. Festmas is a-coming. It's all hands on deck. There is a walkway, there is a kind of second floor with a walkway above, and you can see there are a couple of figures up there overlooking Nutmeg as you are getting on with your work, including, chief amongst them, you would recognise the head helper, Crass Crankle, who is watching over you as you are busying yourself working. Can you, Nutmeg, as you are having to work at double speed, and especially as the boss is looking, make a dexterity check and add your proficiency for mason's tools as you are carving?
I can indeed. Now, here's the thing.
First roll of the game.
Yes. Now, I was going to show off with my wonderful rune powers. But am I carrying my weapons around with me at work? Or am I not?
They would be probably placed in your workspace. Sure, you could keep them on you. So you could use them if you wanted to.
I will use the power of runes to be better at this. Yes. Yes, nutmeg tinsel scale, silver of scale, is going to sleight of hand, but using tools.
Yeah, so dex check, and then you add your proficiency for the tools. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's equivalent of sleight of hand with proficiency if you had that.
10, 12, 13, 15. Wait,
15.
Am I doing that right? This is a whole new character with whole new powers. Let me just check that the rune does work.
You got double proficiency with your rune power, right?
Did I say double proficiency? I did say double proficiency. Yes, I did. 15. Check that out. Big numbers.
Lovely. So with a 15, you under the watchful eye of Crass, you very quickly put together one side of the board, as in the pieces for one side of the board, all in this in onyx. These particular figures, carve them out, and it's the fifth one that you've worked on this morning, but this has got to be your best one so far. It's looking good. You're really in the flow. You also spot there is another figure sort of following Crass around after Crass seems satisfied with your work. He then continues walking along the gangway, observing some of the other helpers. He's trailed by an elf that you are familiar with, kind of a member of the middle management, if you like, of the helpers, who has usually is sucking up to Crass at some point, but also is sort of in charge of some morale, you might say, for the enclave. Dan, can you describe your character, please?
It's Carl, classic middle management, sort of dresses very much elf-like in terms of the Christmas elf rather than the traditional D&D elf, and he's got some sort of a clipboard that he always has, and he's running around spouting off management platitudes. You'll probably see. I've already forgotten your character's name, Marshall. I do apologize.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg, of course. That's good work, nice one. Let's keep up the pace. We don't want to let the grass grow under this for too long now. Good work. Keep it up. Keep it up.
As management, would you use my surname instead?
I mean, he's that irritating type of informal sort of, like he's trying to be your mate.
Everyone's my friend. I can fire you, but you're my friend.
He's trying to be David Brent.
There's definitely Brent vibes, yeah.
Yeah, love it. All right. You hear sort of Crass sort of turn to mutter. We need to keep the we need to keep them on. We've got a schedule to keep, and we're already running behind. Look, Mr. Cinterwood. Cinterwind, isn't it? Sorry. Yes. Bit flustered. Would you mind just I know your powers, your morale boosting skills. Would you mind just giving a short sort of, oomphy kind of speech to the crew here? I've got to. I've got some other stuff to attend to for the chariot. I need to make sure that's all in order. But I'll leave it to you. And he just heads up.
Yes. Right, you are, boss. Yes, of course, indeed. For a second, just listen up. Obviously, big day tomorrow. Some of you have been, slipped behind a little on some of your production line activities. That's all right. Great opportunity to really, bring this back. Let's raise the bar. Let's limbo under that and really knuckle down and really synergize ourselves to maximize our potential opportunities. Also, I've got a flow chart that says, we need another 5,000 of these done in the next 6 hours. So, good job.
This is giving me PTSD from working in pizza delivery, I tell you.
I think we were all getting PTSD there. I feel like, damn, this is like a busman's holiday for you right now. Carl is probably quite cathartic. No. I mean, but you've worked with a Carl. I can tell you work with a Carl. It's too perfect. Yeah. Take your inspiration, you monster. I'd also like you to make. I'd also like you to make a. This would be a persuasion check.
Now I've gone and messed up my character sheet. I thought I'd put persuasion on there as my double proficiency, but we'll roll with this as it is. So, persuasion. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's going to be a massive 10.
That's so perfect. Okay, so you say, as you did, you present it exactly the way that you just did. And at first, when you said, everyone, a few faces, looked up to you up on the gangway, see what they wanted, and then immediately rolled their eyes and carried on working. And you just felt like you were speaking out into the ether, and they weren't really paying attention to what you were saying whatsoever. This has not gone unnoticed, though. You can see Crass Crangle, who's just about to go down the steps from the gangway, stops and is just kind of glowering over at you. I'd just like to briefly take us out of the moment to say hi to Bart in the chat, one of our the other regular member of the crew who is also in the chat. Hiya, Bart. Thanks for joining us. Anyway, continuing on, Crass glowers at you, and then you hear in your head as he casts message to you, Carl. He says, "Right, yes. Perhaps you could check on Smith. We're behind our quota on swords. Yeah, just little. Remember the letter opener
wooden
swords.
Yeah.
No. They are the metal swords. Smith metal.
Oh.
Smith works in the forge.
I'll message back. I could really be working on our ISO 9001 accreditation. Do you really want me to?
The 9001 can wait. If we have to, we'll just do an 8000A and it should be okay.
Yes, boss. Right you are. And I whistle and I'll head out to where Smith is.
So Smith is in a separate building actually to where these guys are. You can see the forge is a stone building, unlike the rest of the kind of log cabins arrangement. But you do see, as you are heading in the direction of that squat stone building with smoke billowing out of its chimney. Clearly, the forge is lit and all fires are burning there. But you notice as you go along, there's a few trees that are tree stumps, in fact, that you go past, and you hear the creaking and crashing as one of the other firs starts tumbling down in your direction, Carl. Fortunately, it lands before you're a few feet away from you, so you don't get crushed by it or anything. But you do see a hulking great Goliath, who you recognise, grinning at you, having just felled this particular tree. Ethan, could you describe your character, please?
So today I will be playing Lunk, who is a Goliath barbarian, 9 foot tall, if an inch. And they weren't able to actually properly sort out the green tunic, so it is really short. He is showing proper thigh. It is bulging at the seams, but he's very proud of his work. And as you say, at the minute he is outside felling trees with his mighty axe.
So, so we see. So you see this happen, Carl, and Lunk. You make eye contact with Carl, who you know him by reputation. You would have met him a few times, but I imagine you two move in very different circles.
Whoa! What's going on here? Let's maybe, you're gonna have to sit back through the training video again, aren't you? We're gonna have to re-induct you. I can see that the health and safety stuff didn't make it in, buddy. What's this? What are you doing?
Shouldn't you be wearing a hard hat?
Well, you have not. You've failed to sort of corner off the area. I don't know. You're doing work here. You're not wearing a hard hat. You're not wearing your boots. Where's your high vis? It's a shambles all round. Let's not start pointing fingers. I mean, come on.
You started with the finger pointing. Lunk already has hard head.
Let's put a pin in that. And have you seen Smith around?
I believe he's in the forge.
Fantastic. You know what? Do you want to? I could use the muscle. Hey, I'm deputizing you for the next 30 minutes. Come hither.
Will this increase my pay?
Yes, like by a factor of 7, and like Carl knows, nobody's getting paid. Like it doesn't matter what you times 0 by; it's still 0. Yes, let's come back round to that, shall we? The pay thing. Let's come with.
Okay.
All right, so you guys,
go.
you go to the forge, and there is no real path between the buildings. Even if there was, it would have been covered in a layer of snow. As it snows fairly often here. There is, however, a relatively tall oak door. Which again has snow kind of pushed up against it. It seems like nobody's gone in or out of here for quite a while, and so it is going to be a bit of an effort to open the door. You need to make a strength check to open the door.
Oh, but that is why I've brought along my beefy compadre. I would like shoulder up, buddy. In you go.
I will open the door.
So it's a strength check, is it?
It is.
That is a 23.
All right. You yank the door open. The snow billows out from under the door, and Smith, you feel a rush of wind as the momentarily the forge fires flicker. And in the light from the forge, which is probably the only light really that's in this particular building currently, because the occupants don't generally need that, or food, or water, or most other basic needs. You can see 2 figures working. One of them working incredibly hard in the forge, and the other one, well, I don't know. James, can you describe Smith, please, and what they are doing?
You in before I start talking and no one can hear me.
There we go.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So you see Smith, he is a warforged. He is about 6 foot tall. You see him standing in front of what would be the hammering part of the smithy. His hand is where, one hand is down where he's going to be hammering, other hand up in the air. He's not holding a hammer, and there is no sword there. And he's completely still. He's just sort of standing there mid-swing, while his 7 foot tall companion, who is a 7 foot tall robot gnome with large moustache and large beard, seems to be working on some swords. But Smith is kind of just stationary, standing there, not moving at all.
Do you react at all when the door flies open and you see you see most of Lunk? You can't actually see his head because the door's not tall enough. Standing on the other side of the door.
Lunk will wait outside.
I do not, because I am asleep.
I see. All right. So Lunk, you move to one side, and Carl, you can now see the metal gnome, which Carl would know. He's lived long enough. Was built by Smith, and it was in homage to Smith's creator, whose name was Benjack Winklebottom, an old gnome who passed away some years ago.
It's all connected. Yeah, I'll walk in and I'll look around. Smith, the big man needs you. Let's,
the second you say Smith, the hand starts coming down like he's hammering, but there's no hammer, and he's like, shit. And then the hammer appears in his hand, it just instantly, and it starts hitting the surface, but there's no sword.
Pang, pang, pang.
Can't talk, working hard. Shit. Working hard. He grabs something off the side and just starts hitting it.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear. I'll make a note of it in my quarterly reports. Quarterly hour report, that is. Yeah, the big man needs to speak to you back inside, I think. He wanted me to check on you. Is everything okay?
I'm good here. Do you want to take Will? You can take Will instead. He'll report back to me. He's a good speaker.
Do I have to? I'll be honest. He sort of freaks me out.
As you say that, Will turns towards you, and on his arm he's got 3 little slabs on them, and he holds up his arm and he just presses one, and you hear in a metallic voice, "Idiot."
All right, let's not play the games. Okay, let's circle back round to that. Let's have an offline discussion. Look, if you're busy, I can respect that. I'll take the little guy, and we'll go speak to the big guy, or the other big guy, the metaphorical, but not this one. He's thick as doornails. But the other one, the boss man.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Excellent. And so you just taking Will then?
Yeah, I'll take Will.
Okay. Assuming you're the boss, you will know that Will can't speak. He can only say 3 phrases, which I program into his arm.
And one of which is idiot.
Yeah.
So there's
Excellent use of a slab.
only 2 slabs left.
But what's behind the next door?
They are my artificer's magical tinkerings. I can make 3 items magical, so I give him a little voice box.
Yeah. I'm very proud
So
of you.
if you do take him, you as the supervisor, you probably know he can't actually report back to me.
I mean, I've not been paying attention to whatever this strange little homunculus can do, so it's beyond Carl's sort of wit. Am I bringing somebody back for the boss, or am I just making sure
it
everything's
sounds
all
like
right
you
over
are.
here?
I mean, he just said to go. I believe he said to go and check on him because he's been behind on on his swords. But it sounds like Carl's taken it upon himself to bring him before Crass Crankle. So that's what's happening.
That's more of a Dan defect. I can leave the strange, creepy gnome thing here. That's fine. Do you need anything, Smith? By the way, or ingots of. I don't actually understand what you do, but you do it well.
I'm gonna take a quick look around because I've been asleep for the past however long since someone last came in here, and
About 3
Kingy's
days.
been doing the work. Does it look like that I need more stuff?
I mean, you you know how much stock that you need to make, and you know that at the current rate that it should be done on time, unless suddenly something has gone horrifically wrong. Provided Free Will's doing all the work and is working, at his normal rate, everything should be fine.
No, I don't need anything. Working very hard, and then the robot presses the second one. Smith is working very hard.
Excellent.
While this conversation has been happening between Carl and Smith, who clearly have no idea what the other one does, which is great. I love it.
True office workplace culture.
This is true office vibes right now. Meanwhile, outside, Lunk, one of the great pleasures of your outdoorsy work, such that you do, is that you get a one-off sort of. You get to see the Pegasi a lot more in their sort of natural grazing sort of area, and particularly the Pegasi chicks in their sanctuary, which are amazing creatures. You know, horses that can fly. I mean, this is more than Lunk's mind could handle when he first came to the that in itself. But they've just such docile, pleasant creatures. And there's one particularly that you're fond of, and is fond of you anyway. This Pegasi chick that you know is named Penelope. And while you're waiting outside, she trots on over to you and just whinnies a little and starts kind of brushing herself up against your leg, clearly wanting some attention.
Hello, Penny. How are you today?
And she kind of flutters up to be nearer your head height, and then she just... and you can see that she's clearly pleased to see you, and she just kind of brushes her nose into your face.
I give her no scritches.
You can make an animal handling check, please, Lunk.
Certainly can. I mean, I could try. Flat 0 on this, so we'll see what happens.
I would say, given your relationship, you have advantage because of.
Oh, okay, that's good.
You guys are close. Sorry.
All right, that's good. Great. Do you know what? I might take the first one. So that's a fat 7.
All right. You go to scritch
As
your
opposed to
nose.
the botch that I just rolled.
Yes.
Okay, you're this 9-foot Goliath trying to stroke this maybe probably standing height, maybe almost 3 feet tall Pegasi chick, and you try to scritch her nose, and you just end up just like these fat fingers just walloping her, and she's just kind of like and like moves back away from you a bit. She's a little bit sort of befuddled by your action, but nonetheless she seems pleased to see you, and then flutters down to the ground just as Carl emerges from the forge, before she starts sort of trotting away back to the rest of the chicks in their sanctuary, which again it's actually not far away from Lunk's quarters. His particular log cabin is separate from the bulk of the helpers. It's not just Lunk in his one. There are other Goliaths and a few Furbolg and the like in his cabin, but it's for the larger folk, that cabin that he's in, and the sanctuary's just on the other side of that.
Goodbye for now, Penelope.
Flutters off and away. And yes, Carl, you then emerge out of the forge, having checked in on the smith. All is well.
Hello, Mr. Carl.
Oh, yes, hello. That's me. I'm Carl. Okay.
Is that what happens as well? Like, literally just doesn't react to him at all.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you were alive.
I am your deputy.
Yeah, well, only for the next, 27 and a half minutes. Yeah, we're all good here. I think we're all good. Are you all right, big man? And I sort of, I put my hands on his arms, see if he's cold or warm. I don't know. And I'm like, well, this has been, yeah. I'm gonna go back inside because I'm getting mud on my shoes, and that's not really my thing. So
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
it's indeed, big fella. Let's do this again sometime, but not too soon. Right.
See you later, little fella.
See ya, big guy. And I fucking just go. I want to be out this conversation.
Just with all speed, Carl he power walks his way back towards the log cabin, and in your haste, Carl, you just kind of slam the door behind you, and snow just drops down off of the roof and in front of the door, leaving Lunk alone in the snow, ready to carry on with his work. So the rest of the day goes by without incident for you guys as you carry on doing the jobs that you have been assigned. mostly in the preparation of gifts for Festmas, for it is only 3 days away. It's close. And as you settle in for the evening, passed round minced pies and eggnog and other such gifts and rich food indeed. There is a roast. There is a roast deer on the menu tonight, and that's all served up to you with a nice jus. And you settle down for the evening without any major incident. Overnight, there is a hullabaloo. Carl, you are actually awoken from your meditation, because you have the highest passive perception of the group by some margin. You would probably be stirred by the noise that you hear. You hear a crashing and a squeal of. It sounds like it's a very unnatural kind of squawk or roar. You're not kind of sure which, but you do recognise the pleas and the startled whinnying of some of the Pegasi, particularly the higher pitched voices of the chicks coming from outside. What would you like to do? Sorry, Dan. What would you like to do?
Oh, me? Sorry, I thought it was Lunk.
Carl.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
I will. I'll get up and I'll sort of look. Have I got a window? Do I have access to a window?
Yes.
I'll look out the window. What's going on? I don't sleep. I trance. Okay. What's going on? I was doing some very important paperwork. What's this noise?
So with your dark vision, you can see it is snowing tonight. The snow is thick. It is. It's more of a sleet storm, really, which is going to hamper your vision a bit. Can you make a perception check with disadvantage to see what you can see?
Sure thing. Woof. Perception. 11.
11. All you can make out through the storm is there are winged creatures that appear to be descending on the sanctuary, and you're also seeing other winged creatures. It could be the same ones, in fact. They're going down, some are coming up, but it's a lot of frenetic action is taking place around the sanctuary. It's around this time that you would also see one Pegasi now come into the into your vision, into your point of reference, crashing into the doors of one of the other log cabins. Lunk, you are rudely awakened as the door to your cabin flies open, and one Pegasi, fully grown Pegasi this time, standing a majestic sort of 7 to 8 feet tall, with their immaculate white coat, kicks open the door and then starts braying and whinnying and seems incredibly distressed, flapping their wings.
What is the matter?
It's like trying to issue outside with its neck.
Oh, he's like trying to push me?
No, he's just like using his neck to kind of say there's something outside, pointing out with his head.
What is it? Has little Timmy fallen down the well?
And it just turns around and it like clearly has lost patience with you and just starts galloping back towards the sanctuary.
I follow at a brisk walk.
Other Goliaths and Furbolg, some of your friends you work with, have also been woken by this disturbance, and they're sort of more trying to come to their senses, like, oh, what's going on here? Hey, what's all this then? And just rubbing their eyes and so on. But you, Lunk, are straight in there. You're like, nope, I'm gonna go help. Right, off I go.
Absolutely.
Okay. Trudging through the snow, being led by one Pegasi, but no sleigh. One Pegasus, sorry. You come across the sanctuary. You've often wondered why there's a fence around the sanctuary, because, well, they fly, so the fence does nothing. And this point is proven as you get onto the other side, and you can see within the enclosure that there are in fact There are the 8 Pegasi that you recognise. So that's Stroller, Swirler, Twirler, Foxer, Meteor, Valentine, Kebab, and Boxer. But the Pegasi chicks are missing.
Pain.
So I need a second just to recover from that.
Just in case you missed that, that's Stroller, Swirler, Twirler, Foxer, Meteor, Valentine, Kebab, and Boxer.
Yep.
And he's,
Tell you what,
copy
time
paste in
hasn't
chat.
sweetened it. But the chicks are gone, you say?
The chicks have gone, yes, and the Pegasi seem incredibly worried.
All right, can I put my head on one of their heads and sort of try and calm them down a little?
Yes,
Just like a soft headbutt, just
Be still.
you can make an animal handling check.
it went so well last time, so let's see what happens this time.
Yep, no advantage this time.
No, it's a straight 10, bang average.
Okay, you go up to Kebab, and place your head on their head, and for a moment the great beast calms a little. Some of the others are not as calm, however, and immediately they rear up and start taking to the air into the snowstorm, and they're out of your sight. You also don't even have dark vision, right, as a Goliath, so it's...
No, I don't have dark vision, no.
So they, as soon as they take to the sky, you can't see them anymore through the snowstorm. But Kebab seems to stay with you and gives you a long look, and you can see the kind of the sorrow in their face. Clearly, it's, you know, some of the chicks were theirs, were his, in fact.
I look.
Yeah, go ahead.
I look Kebab dead in the eye, and I say,
I will get them back. I promise.
Kebab nods and then takes to the air.
I need to speak to my duty manager.
Long to take your inspiration, you bastard. Forthwith, you head to the main cabin, to the main log hall, the long hall, shall we call it from this point on. You can see where all the workspaces are, Lunk, and you haven't really been in here much because, you know, you're more of an outdoorsy type. But you recognise all of the different workspaces, the gantry, and so on, and you know that the quarters are beyond that; they're on the other side, so you kind of push your way through.
I do that then.
And you would know where your. So did you say your line manager is your duty manager?
So I said duty manager.
Said your duty manager. So it wouldn't be the general manager. So it wouldn't be the head helper of Crass Crankle. You would probably be making your way to, well, top of mind would probably be Carl, whose last name you may not be aware of.
No, I'm not.
I don't think Ethan or Lunk would be aware of Carl's last name. So but you would know roughly where he is. So I'll tell you what, make an investigation check, please, Lunk.
Okay, got a -1 to that. Let's see what happens.
Great.
It's a 10 again.
Okay, so you kind of want once you get through the main sort of workshop and you're into the back with the quarters, there are various doors leading to various bedrooms, presumably, but none of them are labelled except for one which says Crass Crankle on it. So you know that that's not the right door to go down. However, there are 6 other doors to choose from, which leaves Lunk in a bit of a conundrum. I'd like you to roll a d6, please.
Absolutely. 2.
2. Oh, okay, 2. Are you knocking, or are you just going straight into room 2?
I think I'll just walk in. I imagine in the Goliath cabin we don't have like separate dorms. This is like one big communal pile.
Yes, that's
So-
true.
So I've got no sort of sense of proprietary. I'm just like,
Privacy, what's that? Yeah, so you just open the door, and inside you see various kobolds and gnomes asleep in bunk beds.
Is Carl in here?
Nutmeg, you are awoken to the very low, bassy rumblings of a 9-foot-tall Goliath asking you if Carl is in here.
Well, hello. Good morning. Is it? It seems. Is it morning? What's going on?
There is an issue with the Pegasi.
Oh no. Well, we'd better find someone to deal with the Pegasi. This accent is drifting a lot.
I love it. Keep it going.
I am trying my best. Right. Well,
you're fine.
up and at 'em, we should probably find line manager Carl.
Now you would know.
Lead the way.
You would know, Nutmeg Tinsel Scale, that Carl's name is Carl Cinterwind.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
And you know where
Oh.
his room is, which
Manager
Lunk would not.
Cinterwind. We'll
Yes.
go and find him. Although yes, we'll call him Carl because I know he likes first names.
All right, so
Um,
you know his room is basically the opposite end to Crass Crankles. It's
Yes.
literally the furthest away it could be.
And then, so but problems abound. So I'll better up and at with my hammer and shield, just in case
Okay.
problems arise.
All right.
And yes, to the room.
To the room. Are you knocking or just opening the door?
What is the actually? We're north, and it's
Yes.
winter, so it's dark,
It's dark,
all day.
but that's pretty much all you know.
Um,
you feel tired though, so you know you haven't had a full night's sleep.
It is. I am tired. I wish that they would install clocks in this building so you could tell the time, but it makes us clock off early. So we'll yes, let's just go open the door.
Lunk again just walks almost through the door.
Yeah.
You have to obviously, Lunk. You're having to stoop to get through all of these doors. It's not designed for a man of your stature.
Just imagine him bent double this whole time.
Is Carl in here? Yeah. Oh Jesus, who's that?
Carl.
Carl, you're not much time has passed since the snowstorm stuff, so I imagine you could go back in trance, but you probably are awake, and certainly you will be awoken by these fellows entering.
Hello, Manager Carl.
Yes. All right. Nutmeg. What's the commotion? What's going on? What's happening? What's the word on the street, as it were? You know, word on Scale Street. Oh yeah. Whoa.
I find that uncomfortable. Lunk, please explain.
I followed a Pegasus to the sanctuary. The chicks had gone and all the Pegasi flew away. I made a solemn promise I would get them back.
Ooh. The Pegasi have gone.
To that end, I'm asking for a day of leave so I can find the chicks.
All of them? Some of them? One of them? All of them?
All of them are gone.
Oh, wait, I mean, this...
I believe I have a sick day in hand. And if I
hang
don't
on.
use it by the end of the year, Lunk will lose it.
Oh, I mean, this is mission critical for you to be going off sick, buddy. Let's... Hang on, I've got a 6-page PowerPoint just exactly for this instance. Give me a second. And
I just need to go and find the chicks.
Okay. Hang on, is this...
This is definitely beyond
no.
Carl's pay grade. This.
And then,
It is urgent.
yeah, you don't say. Right, okay, hang on. fellas, let's huddle up here. Let's get in a huddle. Let's take a moment to express ourselves, maybe.
The already
9-foot lunk.
the already bent double lunk now comes down onto his knees.
And Carl's having to do this really awkward, like, diagonal arms, like, to get to Lunk and then get down to Nutmeg, as we've got a small creature. And we've got 3 foot tall, 9 foot tall, and then Carl, who's somewhere in the middle, trying to hold it all together.
All right, chaps. Now, here's the way I see it: is the big man, not you, the metaphorical one, needs those Pegasi to do his thing, like in about 24 hours or so, whatever. It's all good, but it's not in that we might be in trouble if he doesn't have them. So here's my question. Let's just throw the ball around for a minute. Should we tell him, or should we just try and get the Pegasi back before he notices?
I already said I was going to look.
Okay, but I need somebody with a little bit more. I need Nutmeg. What do you reckon, Nutmeg? Because I'm paralyzed with fear, and Lunk. Well, yeah.
I made a solemn promise.
Yep, we heard, big man, we heard.
He did say it's a solemn promise, and well, who's actually in charge of who is meant to be in charge of the Pegasi? The Pegasuses.
I'm sure I would know that. Who's supposed to be in charge of the Pegasi?
Well, there are various stable hands. However, ultimately, Carl, you would relish the fact that, of course, it is Crass Crankle who is ultimately in charge of not just the Pegasi, but all of the workings. He reports directly to Festir.
Okay, it is the big man. We are gonna have to wake him, aren't we? All right. I suppose. Actually, Lunk, you're from one big man to another. Do you maybe want to tell old Kringle about this situation? Since you're so
If I do
invested?
this, can I then go and find the chicks?
Yes. In fact, I think you'll be aided on your way.
Well,
buddy.
Every second
hold
that
on a
passes
sec.
is a second wasted.
hold on a sec. I do think chain of command that the message should come from you, Carl.
Lunk has already left the room by this point, by the way. He's on the way.
I'm going to take a brief pause here to just acknowledge, whilst this great stuff has been happening, a big thank you to Pavel in the chat and to Bulaj Squish Day, who have both subscribed to the channel. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it. And also, Pavel is now on a 14-month streak of subscribing to the channel. Yes, Pavel.
Yes.
Next year, Pavel, we are getting you on the stream. It will happen. It has
It's
to
going
happen.
to be amazing.
Yes. Anyway, so Lunk is already making his way towards Crass Crankle's. How do I turn it off? If that's a serious question, I will talk to you afterwards and try and sort that out. Just kidding. Okay, thank you. All right, Lunk, you're making your way to Crass Crankle's dorm on the opposite side.
Before you ask, Jack, no, I don't knock.
I didn't think you would. Are the rest of you following is actually the question I was going to ask. Are you like trying to stop Lunk or futilely following behind him going, oh no? What are you doing? Nutmeg.
Following Lunk. I'm following Lunk to make sure that yes, try and make sure that Carl does the thing.
Okay.
I'll follow Nutmeg, making a point about how it's an act of empowerment to get Lunk to go and do this conversation.
Brilliant.
I will
Excellent.
be promoted in no time.
We are discussing this.
I've never wanted a PC to die and also to live quite as strongly as I have. I'm so conflicted about Carl. I like it.
He's going to be my next main character for whatever game I'm in.
But yeah, we'll have a backup in case Malar dies. Could be a thing. Anyway, so yeah, Lunk immediately, door swings open, and springing out of the bed that he was sleeping in nothing but some pantaloons, is Crass Crankle, and his beard starts wagging. What's all this? But what's happening? Hello.
Good evening, big man.
Oh, it's you, Lunk. What's the problem?
The Pegasi are gone. The chicks have been taken, and the Pegasi followed. I am asking for a sick day so I can go and find them.
What? Sorry, slow down. Hang on. That was a lot. Carl, Nutmeg? Carl Centerwind, Nutmeg Tinsel Scale. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. You know about this?
I'm managing the situation, and I'm leveraging the first-hand knowledge of Lunk.
We don't have time for your bluster, Carl. Let's hang on. One moment. Thank you.
Also, Lunk is not taking a sick day. This is paid. This is paid work.
Look.
But I have a job to do here.
Look,
if I do not fell the trees, then who will?
I will have to get one of your comrades, one of your compatriots, to cover for you in your stead, because obviously time is there's a lot to think about here. Time is of the essence. Obviously, Festmas is only a couple of days. What day is it?
This is what I said, but apparently we had to go through you.
Look, if without the Pegasi flying the chariot, there is no Festmas. That is clear. Toys or no. Okay, right. Here's what we're going to do. You three, as you're here, and as you seem to know more about this situation than I do, and if I remember rightly, some of you may be better equipped than others. I believe you're have many skills, Nutmeg, that could prove useful. Lunk, you're of the ice world, and equally, I couldn't think of a stronger and more dependable person to go find the Pegasi. And Carl,
there is strength in my arms and ice in my veins.
Yes, and Carl, you can supervise.
I'll
Yes.
supervise. I've got it. They'll be under my watchful gaze.
Yes, yes, and you can report back when. We're going to need. We have some items. I mean, they were meant to be gifts, but I think you can borrow some gifts, magical items that I think will help in finding. Who knows where these creatures have gone? But I think also in preparation for you leaving, there are many dangers in the ice reef. We hear stories. We don't venture out much, so possibly we'll have to go to the smith and go to Smith in the Smith and get the supplies that we need. Maybe Smith can go with you, possibly. Yes. And we'll try and find these things. Do you know where in which direction they went, Lunk?
I mean, I saw them fly off, so presumably I at least know what direction they were heading in. Would you say? Is that fair?
You saw them fly up. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. North
So
is where they were
presumably I'll just follow them in a that way direction. So yeah, Lunk goes.
Lunk has a direction.
Okay. Right. Let's go to the forge, and you can fill me in on everything else you know. Excuse me 1 second. And he throws on a gown and grabs his cane, which is red and white striped.
Of course.
Gotta get those festive things in there.
Yes. So you didn't have a contingency plans made up for such a situation already?
Well, if all of the Pegasi and the chicks all went missing in one go?
Well, they do seem quite important to the whole scheme of things.
Well, yes, they are. They were gifted by Festir himself. They've been around for centuries. I wouldn't see why they would suddenly. Well, we're normally quite well protected here. I'm surprised that anything has penetrated the barriers. The light of spark.
Yes. I guess. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. But let's do what we can.
I put a note in the suggestion box that for flying creatures, a standing 5-foot fence wouldn't work. I was ignored.
I'm afraid I was not made aware of this. And glowers at Carl.
Why
also,
even have a suggestion box if you are not going to take on the suggestions?
I was about to suggest to Nutmeg to put his thoughts on preparing for Pegasi abduction into the suggestion box, but since you've said that it's being ignored, then well, you've reported to me personally, and so therefore I'm aware of the situation, and I can make steps to implement these ideas, both of which I feel are of importance and should not be ignored. Does that suffice?
It is reassuring, and I'm sure it will definitely be actioned now that we've informed you in person.
Yes, I will have to
I will cut
notify
down
the
more
appropriate
trees.
figures, but I'll make sure that this is actioned. I will put it in the agenda for the next meeting.
Nobody was using the forms I made. They were just, it doesn't matter. We've bigger
Perhaps
things to fry. Let's go.
This is all you're all having this conversation as you head towards the smith, and on that,
Your
Carl,
pens are too small.
perhaps we should reconsider the whole form system. Perhaps it's got too convoluted, and I have sensed any kind of looks. He looks at Lunk, like definitively at Lunk, which says perhaps we need a more straightforward approach.
But our ISO 9001 accreditation, we'll talk about it later. Don't worry.
Your accreditation. Yeah, and you
This is
see
the
even
worst Festmas ever.
even Crass is like, his hairs are standing up on end at the mention of this particular form, and he says, "Yes, well, anyway," and quite forcefully knocks on the forge door with his cane.
Oh, Lunk opens the door.
It's not polite to. Never mind. Okay, the door opens. Smith. Presumably you are in sentry mode again, so what position are you in this time?
That is correct. I'm near whatever I was working on. I am. The item is still in front of me. It's swords. We're still working on swords, but there's no hammer in my hand again.
So you hear the door fly open and kind of come back into consciousness and seeing all these figures are coming in, including you'd identify Crass Crankle pretty quickly with his cane, and he's the boss.
Magic hammer in hand. It has reappeared in my hand. I am working, and I'm like, oh, didn't see you coming in there. Hey, why is everyone in my office place?
Has Free Will been working this entire time?
Why would he stop?
Okay, yes, good. He is still working. So Crass, kind of a little bit surprised at first. Smith, yes, and Will, you work through the night, do you? Surprising.
Always work. Don't need to eat. Don't really need to sleep. Always
make a deception check. A barefaced
Natural
lie.
20.
Of course it is. Crass just doesn't seem at all perturbed by what you're saying. Just nods along. Yes. Well, you are a valued employee and a valued helper, which is why, in fact, one of the reasons for coming here. The Pegasi have gone missing, as have the chicks, and these folks here have agreed to go and get them back. I need access to. I need the chest. The lock. It's the magically sealed chest of Festir himself. It's in the back. It's been a while, I know.
Yep, over there. Help yourself.
Thank you. Goes over, unlocks it, pulls out from the chest a large sack. This we don't normally get this out until the big man himself arrives. Festir. But I say big man. You all know Festir. Halfling. Anyway, so there are various. Obviously, we have many special toys kept in here, trinkets and magical items. I think. I think now is more than ever is probably the time to borrow them at least. They should help you with what's coming up. Now let's see, what have we got in here? And he kind of reaches in. Magical item. Pulls out. He pulls out a morning star attached via a chain. But this is no ordinary morning star. You can see it's kind of hollow on the inside, and there's the smell of incense, and you can see sort of smoke kind of wafting from the morning star itself. who, and there's a little note attached to it. And let's see, this is for. Oh yes, one of Festir's chosen. Any of you got any clerical powers at all? Have you? Are you clerics by any
healing?
chance? No. As in, are you? Does your magical powers derive from the gods at all? Aside from the Festir's helpers, the sparks light. Aside from that.
Nope.
No, I didn't think so. Okay, never mind. Well, this was for a very significant Loxodon, so we'll keep hold of that. Puts it back in the bag. Right, hang on. Next one. Yes. And he pulls out a cape this time. This this was originally meant for a dwarf who has since become a cultist, so I think this one's going spare. This is the Mantle of Spell Resistance. It will, as the name alludes to, it will give you some resistance to spell effects. He just kind of puts it on the table. He's not really seeing who wants it, but help yourselves, whoever wants whatever of these items. Next, and he pulls out another cape. This one should only really be used in emergencies, and you can see the cape itself is red, but it's smouldering as he kind of at its edges as he places it on the table. If you're in a tight spot, this can get you out of it. The Cape of the Mountebank is what it's known as. You then see him pull out a small reed of wood. This will show you secret doors. The Wand of Secrets. Places it on the table. He pulls. Next, he pulls out, and it's a bit of an effort to get this out. Quite a small shield, but a shield nonetheless. In the classic kind of swooping 3 points at the top and then coming down to the 1 point at the bottom. This is a magical shield. If you utter the command, it will animate, becoming a lot larger, and it will hover around you, leaving your hands free. Could be useful. Hopefully you won't need to fight anything, but I have a feeling that in the wilderness you will need to, and equally you may need some light and fire could be useful. To the rest of you, it's just the hilt of a sword. There's no sword. Like Smith, you're looking at this quizzically, because as an artificer, you know of magical items, of course. We also know of steelwork and swords, and this is a hilt. It's not a sword. There's no blade. This is the Sunblade. Utter the magic word, and a shaft of fire will appear from it. This was meant to be a gift for a particular high elf, a very troubled young lady she is, but she might be on the naughty list this year. We're still undecided. So anyway, I think it could be useful. Just bring them all back in one piece.
Where's the chat?
I'm keeping an eye on the chat on Twitch anyway, see if there's any reaction there. That's probably more than enough. That's 5 items. There's only 4 of you. Well, I guess 5 if you're taking Will. Or how are we with the sword quota, Smith? Are we? Have you fulfilled it yet? Or
I'm going.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's so many swords to make. Yeah, I mean, if I go, we won't be able to finish. Kids will be so disappointed about their swords.
Well,
the big man has promised us all a sick day.
Would your apprentice be able to cover for you? Sorry, yeah, Carl.
The swords aren't on the critical path, okay? The Pegasi are, so let's prioritise the Pegasi over the swords and make
I have
that
to agree with Mr. Sidgewind.
I had a day off, a real day off. We go to
This has been promised to us.
and like a whole actual day off where I don't have to be in here.
Yes.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm in. Let's go. Free will. Come on, we're fucking up some horses. Wait, are we helping them? Killing them? What are we doing?
We're saving them. Obviously.
Free will, we're saving some horses. You've got a lot of work to do.
I made a solemn promise.
Yes, the
And
solemn
you
promise,
should
yes.
keep that. We will help you. We will get that day off.
And I make a solemn promise to all of you that should you be successful in returning the Pegasi here, I will put in a good word with you for Festir, and you may even be the specially selected few to ride in his chariot, distributing presents this Festmas.
Will that
You
count
get to
as
see
a
the
day off?
entirety of the Manylands. It's a
That's
beautiful
not
world.
the day off, is it?
No.
The day off
The
is
day
additional.
off's now to go and get the. I will give. Look, we can sort. I can give you days. I can give you a day paid leave or what have you. We'll be
time owed in lieu. It'll be fine. It's all going to be accounted for. I've got a form for it back in the.
I will make sure that you are given only the best curios.
Meg was agitating for this at last year's AGM.
Yes, he was. It was noted in the minutes.
Carl picks up the wand of secrets and is like, "All right, let's maybe wrap this up and head on out."
Take what time you need to prepare. Most of these items you'll need to attune to. I know time is of the essence, but taking the hour to attune to the items would be a sensible idea. Well, perhaps. Lunk, which direction did you say they went off in? And Crass kind of goes outside, gesturing for Lunk to follow him.
I follow him out and point sort of. I guess we said it was due north, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lunk points in that direction.
Okay. In which case, no, you don't need to wait because, well, you'll need to cross the lake, and for that you'll need the narwhal, and that will take a little while. You can attune whilst you're riding the narwhal, and don't let him chatter on too long. Honestly, like since Grisette gave him the power of telepathy, he will not shut up.
He has a lot of good ideas.
Oh boy. Well,
No,
anyway,
not narwhal.
good luck. Sincerely, may Festir go with you, and remember, Spark's light will always be with you also, and he performs the dancing lights cantrip, and you see 4 lights, one appear over each of you.
Oh.
Well, on you go.
Where we go?
I'm
Lunk
assuming
goes
these
right.
lights. I was going to say, I'm assuming these lights will cut out at the regular range.
Yes.
Let's go.
It
Grab
suddenly
the
gets
stuff.
really dark.
The quicker we get this done, the quicker the days off starts. This time is of the essence. Let's go.
All right.
Alrighty. So with Lunk in the lead, I'm not going to need you to roll for this because you know which direction you're going in, and you will hit water sooner or later. So about an hour or so goes by when you can see in front of you the icy lake ahead. The sun is starting to rise. Clearly, it was early in the morning when the attack took place. And Zlunk, you've been here many times before.
Yes.
How would you like to get the attention of the narwhal?
So the narwhal's telepathic, but can you communicate with it back, or is it a one-way street?
You speak normally, and it uses telepathy. So you can't use telepathy back. No.
Okay. Well, in that case, Lunk is going to take a deep breath and shouts across the lake.
Unicorn whale friend, we are in need of assistance.
After a moment, the rest of you see a spirally spike appear, breaking through the water, coming up, and it gets longer and longer and longer until suddenly a whale appears at the end of it, coming out of the water, into the water. In your heads, all 4 of you hear, "Hi, buddy."
It is good to see you, friend.
It's good to see you too. How can I be of help?
How would you like to lead this meeting?
I'm not in a meeting. I am in the lake.
All I
Would
am
you
losing
like
the
to
room.
meet
Please
on
take
my
over.
back? Would you like to
Okay.
meet on me?
Okay, Narwhal. I'm gonna call you Nigel for the interim, because I don't actually know your
Okay.
name, and you're not wearing the badge that I. Anyway, look, this is a quorum, and so this is technically right now a meeting. Now, here's the deal: we need to find the Pegasi. They've gone AWOL, so we need you to help us to get across this body of water. And the Festir will be most appreciative if you give your time, effort, and energy to do that, not only quickly, swiftly, and dryly, but also quietly.
Can you make a persuasion check, please, Carl?
Persuasion 13.
The narwhal shifts a little in the lake as it considers your words.
I met Festir once a long
Oh.
time ago. I can tell you about it if you would like. Did you say
Let's-
Pegasi were missing?
Yes, we did. Yes, we
I
did. Yeah,
saw
we did.
some of them, the small ones, being carried by the... It was a creature crossed with a deer and a bird. There were lots of them. They carried them across the lake. I can take you across if you'd like.
Yes, please. Let's do that. Let's do that right now, shall we? Let's jump. Let Lunk and Smith, and let's all go. Are you gonna? I need you to present a suitable. Are we good? Can we just jump on here? Or are you gonna?
Yes, jump on.
And he just moves over to the edge of the
chaps.
water.
Let's.
Festir's a lovely fellow, but not the same as Grisette, who gave me the power to speak, and it has been of benefit ever since. Festir used to wear green, you know. He changed to red when the fashions changed over the centuries.
And the conversation, his prattles on as he starts disembarking, heading across the lake.
I'm gonna pull out the big guns for this. I don't want this for the next hour or so. Carl, when we're all on and we're making, on the journey, I'll say, oh, I think maybe the boss wants this to be something of a quiet, contemplative moment. Maybe you should be quiet. And as I say, maybe you should be quiet, I'll cast suggestion.
Okay, so that's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save DC 14.
I rolled. Hang on. You can't see. It's a natural 20.
Oh.
Wait, it's a natural what? You cut out.
A natural 20.
No!
What was that? Anyway, as I was saying, it's been a while since anyone has come to visit the narwhal. I've been very lonely here, but it's nice to see
That is
such
not
nice
true. I am
helpers.
here most weekends.
Oh, yes. I meant as in on my back, Lunk. You haven't ridden me for the longest time.
I did not think it was an option. I wanted to
Well-
be respectful.
That is incredibly polite of you, but, well, we are well acquainted. If you ever want to see the lake, you may ride upon my back.
Well, that is what we are doing now.
Yes, maybe we'll do it again sometime. So
I
the
would
Pegasi
like
went-
that.
Oh, good. And that goes for the rest of you too, even the metal people. Though you dig into my flesh a little in your sharpened angular feet, It still is a pleasure to have the company. And anyway, the Pegasi went over this way. I think I can disembark you right about here. And, just keep heading straight on. You should be able to see them over the hillside.
And he pulls you up to the other side of the lake.
I mean, Cole threw himself off 20 minutes ago. Like the embrace of the water.
Should I try and catch Carl as he jumps off?
you
While
could certainly try.
we were travelling and in between Narwhal speaking, who wants what item? Who's taking what?
Took the wand.
I think I'll go for the spell resistance mantle, if that's available.
Your magic sword guy or magic shield guy?
I wonder if I go for the shield, because if I'm able to use it freehand, it won't affect my armor class business.
That's right.
You yeah, the only problem with that is that because I'm a barbarian, I think if I use a type of armor, it will actually bring my AC down because
no, you can use a shield and still have the benefit of unarmored defense.
The only problem there is that I'm two-handing, so that's another issue.
Yeah, so
but the shield will be flying.
So as long as you use your bonus action to activate the shield, you can then hold a two-handed weapon, and
okay,
you're all good. So, yes, this would work for you definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I don't get screwed later on.
Yeah.
It's either that or the teleporting cape, but that's only like once a day.
And
how often can you use the shield?
Once a day for the cape. I think the shield it's active for a minute, but I think you have a number of charges you can use it for a day. Let me double check.
Oh, that's good.
I'll take the sword then, if no one minds.
Oh no, you can just freely keep doing it with the shield. You can just keep using bonus actions to reactivate it for a minute. There's no limit.
Keep it activated before combat, and then you can rage first turn.
Yeah, easy.
Smash.
Lovely.
And if everyone's got their items, here's a little something so that you can work harder and I have to do less. I'm going to touch Marshall's sword. It's now... touch your hammer. That is now a Rudolph hammer. So when you use a bonus action, it will light up red at the end for bright light for 30 feet and dim light 30 more. The lights you can turn on and off as you want, but you can blind people. Mala. No, not Mala. Sorry, dude.
Oh.
What's your name? I know you keep forgetting.
But Carl is the character.
Oh, wow. It's fine.
Carl.
You called my character Marshall.
Nutmeg Marshall.
Yep. Butt names. Don't care. Carl, you got any jewelry?
Any jewelry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got a ring or a
You've got his
bracelet.
glasses too.
Gonna book the
I've
ring.
got glasses. Yeah.
Your ring is now a pearl of power,
Great.
and
Ooh.
no, you've got a magic shield. So you don't need that. Gonna boop your hammer, so it is now +1. And if for some reason you feel the need to throw it, it will instantly reappear back in your hand.
On my axe, yeah.
Oh,
your
great
axe.
axe.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Nice. Thank you.
So
Who's taking?
your axe is now +1 to attack and damage, and if you throw it, it will just instantly reappear back in your hand.
Very nice. Thank you.
So does that mean Smith is taking the Sunblade? Is that correct?
Yes, I'll take the last one.
Cool.
I
you've got the
was
cape.
keeping an infusion for myself for a
Yep.
magic weapon, but since I actually have a magic weapon, I can give all 3 out.
Oh, nice. And who's taking the cape of the mountebank?
I don't believe anyone has.
No, I don't think
No.
anyone has, have they? That's the
I'll
leftover
take
one.
it if nobody wants it.
Yeah, you can.
Carl would definitely take it if nobody else is taking it. He's got one and he's like, but I'm the manager, I'll take 2. Very appropriate. All right.
Dimension door once a day, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
dimension door once a day. So yes, if you're in a tight spot, whoop, get out of the dodge. That's what that's for. Cool. All right. So then the narwhal touches down, as it were, on the other side of the lake, and asks you all to disembark. Regaling you still with tales about Festir and Grisette and how the olden days were so great and how much of the world that they've seen. And also points you in the right direction. So
Just keep going straight on, and probably beyond the hills in the distance there. Have a good day now. Good luck, buddies. Hope you find your Pegasi.
That was nice. The next time we get a weekend off, we should do that for pleasure.
I've never had a weekend off. I'll definitely keep that in mind if I ever get one.
We get time.
Carl, you should give Smith some time off.
Like, he
Lunk, you are
all
the
the same
best.
benefits the rest of us do. He hasn't read the staff handbook.
You never gave me one. You didn't say I need the orientation since I was built here.
I mean, look,
You
we'll
said-
look
you
into
said
the
I'm
legality
property.
of it. We'll look into the legality of it, but you should have done your health and safety training, okay? I'm not sure I've seen your signature on the form.
I'm becoming increasingly troubled by your managerial style.
Oh, okay. Maybe let's touch base offline. You know, on this, we've got a job to do right now. Let's focus our energies. You know, we're all one team. Let's, this
Yes,
way, he says.
We're all one team. Look
Shut
out.
the fuck up, Narwhal!
Okay.
Let's go. He's boring as fuck. Let's go.
Okay. Look out for the blizzard, guys. Bye.
It disappears into the lake. I think we've broken Marshall. I think we've
fucking
broken
Nigel.
Ethan. I think we've broken the chat. And Marta's
God.
already like having PTSD in the chat. Excellent. Object achieved.
Really,
All right.
this is a Festmas story about forming a workers' collective.
Yes,
Yes, because the true Christmas spirit is in unification. All right.
100%.
So, team, you've disembarked from the narwhal, heading in a northerly direction. Now, are you just going to continue heading in a northerly direction, or do you want to maybe check that you're going in the right direction, looking for looking for any Pegasi stuff or any signs of life? What do you want to do?
They were flying, weren't they?
Yes.
How did we track flying?
That's a good question.
Well,
How
I
would you track
think
flying?
we look for any scattered droppings that the Pegasi may have left in their, when the tail goes up and the load goes down.
They produce
Yes.
a lot of waste.
Let's search the snow for poo.
Yeah. High energy input, high energy output creatures because they have to fly.
Whoever would like to search for poo, you can make a survival check.
Yeah,
I will.
I'll do a poo check. Why not? No, I'll give you advantage on it. So I'll help you. You can roll for poo.
Okay, so it's with advantage, yeah?
Apparently so.
That's a 15.
All right. And Nutmeg?
You're asking Nutmeg to look for shit.
Is
Okay.
Nutmeg looking for shit? You don't have to. It was his suggestion.
Sure, you know why? It's fun to be bad at things.
Okay.
Oh, 11.
I take it Carl isn't looking for poo, however.
No, that's
He's
not a
supervising.
whole thing. Yeah.
He's supervising, that makes sense. So
Right.
Carl, make a perception check, please, Carl.
Opt. $18.
All right. So first of all, Nutmeg, you do not find
Mm.
any Pegasi droppings.
Shock.
You find a lot of snow, but that is all. Until
What,
Lunk.
Gonna say, what color is Pegasi droppings? I've got a lot of white over here. Is it white? Is it?
Glittery silver.
It's kind of sparkly, but I think this is just snow. I think this is just ice.
Lunk, you don't find any glittery silver poo.
I've made
do-
that canon, by the way. That's canon now.
I'm here for it. I think it's very appropriate. I was going to say rainbows, but that's actually much better. So let's go with that. You do, however, find a silvery feather and a splash of blood, Lunk. Quite a small feather, actually.
This is the feather of a chick, and there is blood. Lunk is concerned.
Let's head that way then. Let's follow. Is that we're trying to figure out our way from like where we were
Yeah.
there? It's like, yep, this way. Let's go that way.
There's sort of
Oh.
a kind of an almost like a blood spatter. Is it sort of like travelling in a certain direction? Would you be able to tell
Yes,
from
yes,
that
it
or no?
is exactly. Yes, there is, and it appears to be continuing in a northerly direction. It's almost like an arrow for you, the way it's like say in a line. Not a huge line. It's not like gushing of blood, but like I say, a spatter. a small
Enough.
amount. Enough blood to be concerned. Carl, with your 18 perception, while these guys have been milling about in the snow, you have spotted that in the distance there appears to be a blizzard, but before it there does appear to be a snowman. And as Lunk kind of points and says, we should continue in this direction, the snowman is also in that direction.
So there's a blizzard way off in the distance.
kind of in the
is
the
there?
background. Yeah, it's masking everything behind the kind of where the snowman is. It's kind of a reference point for you.
But the snowman is what, just before that point of the blizzard, or significantly closer? Or
It's hard to tell from this distance. That it seems a little bit behind it. You can't tell exactly the distance because they're both sort of quite far away from you.
how big is the snowman?
You don't really have much of a reference point here, but it appears to be regular snowman human size.
Okay. All right. This is good work. This is good work, fellas. The next time you do a thing, could you just clue me in? I might be able to offer some pointers and give some hints and tips and maybe assist. But also, good work, because there's also something in that direction that I think is worth checking out. Well done, Lunk.
We
just
need to quicken our pace.
indeed. But the next time we want to do a thing, just let me know. Yeah, just I can assist. I can give you a
What
hand.
about using our initiative?
That's great. Just let me know that you're doing that.
Mm.
All right, come on, chop chop. Let's go. Let's Avanti.
Okay.
Oh,
We have
that
permission
perplexing point.
to use our initiative on command. Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly
Nutmeg.
the
Good work.
kind of thing that a middle manager would say. It's
We'll run it up the
semi-incoherent.
flagpole and see if it sticks.
Semi-incoherent pep talk there. All right. So you continuing on towards the snowman, as it would appear. It seems to be in the same direction as where the blood trail is. And as you continue, Lunk, sort of is to kind of clarify, you do see a couple of other spatters intermittently in this direction. So you do have a trail of sorts. As you draw up to the snowman, you realise, Carl, actually, that this snowman is a bit bigger than human size. It's more sort of nearer Lunk's height. It's a big old snowman. 3 large balls of snow. The classic top hat, a carrot for a nose, and coal for the buttons and the eyes. And you wonder who put this there.
Do I get
What's
a
your
vibe off
marching
of it?
order?
Am I? Oh, go on.
What's your marching order, guys? As in,
Lunk definitely would be first, I would imagine.
Free will be next to him because he's my human shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, he's got 40 feet movement for some reason, so he's much faster than me.
Oh, same speed as me, so makes sense then.
Fair.
Nice.
Carl will be at the back, making sure that these guys are, doing the job well,
All right.
Okay.
You're
not scared.
taking the rear guard.
I'll be in the middle in case Carl starts asking me about my work ethics, so I don't want to be talking to him for too long.
I will
you're-
be then
you're
the buffer between Carl and Smith.
That makes sense.
This snowman, is this a weird thing to be out here? Do I get a weird vibe from this?
You do get a weird vibe from it. Yes, 100%.
Okay, in that case then, since he's the closest person to me, I'll turn to Nutmeg and say, I'm wondering if we should, let's just make sure we're all singing from the same hymn sheet,
Yes.
buddy.
Have you heard about the 4-day work week?
Well, let's circle back round to that. But what I'm thinking is that if anything goes down, maybe because it says so in the org chart, you should be in front of me and making sure that I can report back. You know what I mean? And I give him a little tap, and what I do is I give him a bardic inspiration. So you've got that.
I think report back is metaphorical rather than physical, but fair enough.
The way that manifests, because it's a motive potential, because I'm a creation bard,
yes.
it's a little dim, faint light that circles around your head in the shape of what initially looks like a snowflake, but then you come to realise is actually no, it's an asterisk.
Oh,
Cool. So what can I apply this fancy inspiration on?
It's so basically it acts as regular inspiration, so it's ability check, saving throws, and attack rolls. But depending on which one of those you use, it has a different effect. So just let me know what you're going to use it for, and I'll tell you what it does.
Okay.
Or I can tell you now if you want.
And it's a D8. D8. Okay, and we'll go with that. Cool.
So yes, you do get a suspicious, not nice feeling about this snowman, Carl. Lunk, equally you do, because you look into its eyes. You're at the front. Its eyes seem to be staring into your as yet unpenetrated soul. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I certainly will then. I'll do that. That's an 18.
18 is exactly what you needed. So
Advantage goes to the roller, and thank God.
yes, because that would have been incredibly nasty if you had failed that. However, as you succeeded... as you succeed, you don't take any damage whatsoever, but you would have taken a lot of damage, and you would have been paralyzed. It's incredibly horrible.
I'm pleased for that then.
But what you do see instead is this snowman suddenly grows and grows to an enormous size. Its two stick arms protrude out of its body, and you can see that each of the fingers sort of extends and sharpens into razor-sharp claws. And at this point, I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative, please. And I'm going to switch the camera to the combat stuff.
14.
Here we go.
9.
Bear with me. It's an incredibly fearsome-looking creature, this snowman, with its massive top hat.
Amazing.
All right, so here we are.
I can't see its 3 balls, but I'll assume they're there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I could only find one in time, and so you have one.
Snowman has only got one ball.
Yes. So initiative. I'm going to move my microphone around so I got a better position for doing combat-y stuff. Anyone get 20 or above? Oh, I didn't change the names on this setting. No.
Hey.
Foolish boy. I'm going to get rid of all of the names because they've got the names from our usual campaign. Let's get rid of those. Okay. Anyway, and we can't see the lovely Ethan. But did anyone get 20 or above out of the group? No.
Nope.
Sorry, Bart, you're not back. I apologise. 20 to 15.
15.
15 for Carl. Oh, I should probably roll as well. For the abominable snowman. I need you to roll a d20. Because you are tied currently. Oh, boy.
14.
I rolled a 13, so Carl goes first. 15 to 10.
I got a 14.
Oh, sorry, 14. 14 for Lunk. All right. Who got? Somebody shouted 9. Who got 9?
Yo.
Yo. Ethan, you're back. There we go.
Hey.
See everybody. And what did Nutmeg get?
It's a 5. It's a 5 there.
Oh, lovely 5.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so top of the round is Carl. You are facing off against this very large and intimidating snowman. What would you like to do?
Piss. Right, okay. That makes sense. I would go first. Of course, why not? I'm in charge here. I've got to set the example. Oh no. All new spells that I must understand. Right, okay. I am going to... bloody hell. Right, okay. I am going... Oh, come on. Right. I am going to pick my spells tab and it's going to fire up immediately.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, here we go.
You get out your clipboard and start perusing your selection of spells. What have I got? No.
Okay, screw it. I'll we don't have time for this. I'm going to throw a sleep spell at it.
Oh, I love it. So you need to, so what level are you casting this at?
Oh, it's going to be yeah, okay, we'll go 3rd level with it.
All right. Roll away. Roll your was it D8s or D10s? I can't remember.
I believe it's D8s. 2nd level, roll an additional 2 D8. Oh, great. Okay, bloody hell.
So 3rd level,
Right,
it's
so
another 2.
yeah, so it's I'm rolling
9?
5d8, 9d8.
9d8.
Okay, I got this. I got 4. Here we go. That's 10. That's 18 plus 18 plus, now that's going to be 11. That's going to be 12. That's going to be 19 plus. So that's, what did I say? What was the last one? 19 plus 11.
18. I think you had an 18
18.
first and then the 19, so 37.
Okay.
You can't get those numbers on D8s.
How many d8s are you rolling at a time?
I'm rolling 4 at a time
Yeah.
because
so
I've got to
you
roll 9d8. So, and then whatever that is plus 4. So 30, 41.
I can tell you that's not enough to bring this creature to sleep.
Oh, fellas, I think we need to strategize a new synergy because this guy's got a paradigm that is unfamiliar to my, training. Bonus action, I'll throw some inspiration at Lunk. Well, and again, it's a little asterisk that hovers around him.
I love it. All right. Are you moving at all? or
I'm
are
to
you
give you
hacking
a
it
shout
back?
depending on what I end up using it for, yeah?
Yeah, I'll let you know what the effect is.
All right. So end of your turn, if you're not moving at all, is over to the snowman. It slides forward to you guys. It rears its head back. Its snowy head splits in two almost as it's revealing a gaping maw, and from that, icy breath exhales from it. Everyone within a 30-foot cone, which is all of you, has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
What saving throw, sorry?
Constitution.
Boom.
21.
21 succeeds.
17.
17 fails.
Well,
Yep.
a really high number.
Then a 7 fails as well.
A 7 will fail, yes.
And I'm gonna add that thingy die.
Oh,
Inspiration.
die. Yes,
Asterisk.
yes.
So
Ah.
when you, I'll let you roll.
Yes. Okay. So that's 17 was a fail, wasn't it?
Yeah.
F.
But Marshall, you do also get temporary hit points equal to the number on the dice you rolled plus 3.
Okay. That's
Oh,
not a lot. Because I rolled low on that.
That's a cool feature, though.
It is very cool.
I dig it. I dig creation bars. They're fucking cool.
No.
Right. So for those of you who failed, remember this is cold damage that you'll be taking, and you guys are all resistant to cold damage
Yes,
because
we
because of
are.
Spark's Light. So instead of taking 45 points of cold damage, you only take 22 points of cold damage. Those of you who succeeded, which I believe is just Lunk at this point,
Yes.
you take
my
half
robot
of
saved.
that. Oh, excellent. So those who saved take only 11 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Cold is not going to be very good against you guys.
Absorb elements for something you're already resistant to. It doesn't half anymore, and you don't get double resistance. It doesn't stack, does it?
It doesn't. I don't think it stacks. No, I think you just. Sorry,
Cool.
say that again.
Sorry, I have absorb elements as one of my spells, so you get resistance to the triggering damage, but it doesn't change anything if I'm
Because you've
already
already got
resistant to it, does it?
resistance, I don't think it adds anything. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, but hey, there could be something other than cold damage that is afflicted on you at some point. So who knows?
No, just checking. I've not used absorb elements for a very long time.
No, entirely fair. All right, that's its go. It's literally that was its whole turn. So next is Lunk, having just been breathed on by this very large snowman.
I will show it a paradigm.
And I'm just gonna run in with my big ol' axe.
I thought you would. Yeah.
That's the first attack coming at you. That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Yeah. Roll some damage.
Nice. That is 13 damage.
Nice.
I attack again.
Yes.
Crit, natural 20.
And you're not raging currently, are you?
Nope.
Okay. Love it.
So
Carry on.
that's a crit, natural 20. Just roll that up for you. A 17 damage.
Woo! 30 points of damage so far.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to trigger my shield,
Yes.
pumping up my AC by 2 points, and I cede my turn.
Now for this, because you were hitting it with your great axe, right?
Yes.
We'll say the bonus action happened first, because obviously shield in your hand, great axe, difficulty. So we'll say.
Yep, sorry, I should have done it the wrong way around. I only remembered halfway through my first attack.
Totally fine. You've just been given this item on the fly. Totally fine. I'm happy for that. But you did 30 points of damage to this snowman, a significant amount of damage. You've taken chunks of snow out of it, which is very good going. Nice job. That's your turn.
Yeah.
Next, Smith, and free will.
Cool. I am going to move up towards him, and I'm going to attack him with the Sunblade.
Sunblade. Yes. Excellent. Make an attack,
Cool.
please.
23,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and D8 plus 5. 7 damage from the first hit,
7. Yep.
and second attack, not as good. 14.
14 misses, unfortunately. There's an AC of 15.
That's fine. And when, for my bonus action, I'm going to go, Will, come here, do stuff, hit it with stuff. And I'm going to command him to attack it. And since it's the end of my turn, free will then is going to take his action because he goes immediately after me, and he is going to run up towards it, and he is going to attack it with his force-empowered rend.
Oh, he's just going to try and prise it apart with his forcefulness of his.
With a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And he does, max, 10 damage.
What kind of damage?
Force.
Okay, cool, great. You notice as you use the Sunblade that the fire has an incredible effect upon the abominable snowman. For not only does it melts away a lot of snow.
Sunblade isn't fire.
Oh, it's radiant. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the radiant fire from the blade melts away a lot of the snow, but equally it appears to be afraid of the blade.
Excellent.
It recoils from your attack. It was very effective, that weapon against
Some
it.
kind of hell beast that is afraid of radiant energy.
Yes.
Stupid snowman making me work for my day off. Definitely Sunblade again.
Next is Nutmeg.
All right. Do I go silly? Do I go silly? I'll go silly. That's a bonus action. Is the other thing a bonus action? Sorry, bonus actions. Any bonus actions? No. Okay.
I feel like he's debating whether to use a bonus action.
So, Jack, there's no chance you made like a second nutmeg, is there?
No.
Okay. Well.
Oh, no.
Yes, do it.
As a bonus action, nutmeg expands to large size.
Excellent.
Yes, of course. Yes, giant. Yeah.
I love Rune Knights for this exact fucking reason.
I got you covered, buddy.
Here we go. I just wanted more squares. Gone from small, sped past medium, all the way into large.
Just expanding the workforce.
Yeah. Good lord. It's amazing. Yoda's head on Hagrid's body.
Such a
Christ.
combination.
So hang on, just to clarify, large occupies what, 3x3 squares on the grid?
2 by 2 squares.
2x2. Huge is 3x3, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. And then Nutmeg,
Thank you, chap.
will go, here she comes, and charge around the side of the snowman
Yeah.
to get into melee. And then bash it real good with a hammer. Oh, that was the thing, wasn't it? Was that a bonus action?
Bash it real good.
Hold on. I
I
can just invoke that.
Vid.
I can just evoke that. That's not even an action. That's beautiful. Okay, good stuff. And attack the one.
Bye bye.
Hey,
Thanks for tuning in.
so, the doubles curse continues because my friends are in melee. I get advantage.
Okay.
I still rolled the same number on both
Both
d20s.
dice. Yes, that is your thing.
How do
yes.
you keep doing this?
I don't know. I don't. It's distressing.
We have so much video evidence of this happening.
Yeah, so that adds up to 14, however, which I think is a miss.
14 is a miss, just unfortunately.
But,
But
okay,
we've got a very
I
large.
am a
kobold
fighter,
right
so I
now.
have more attack.
Yes.
That is better, and that is not doubles. So that is over 20. That's
Yeah.
like 23 to
damage.
hit. Yes, so I'm gonna do one of those, and I also get to add one of those. That is 18 bludgeoning damage
Nice.
from my magical warhammer. And then this snowman's made of snow.
Correct.
So
Mostly.
Nutmeg will mutter something in Jotun, and chains will, like, glowing fire chains will pour out of the warhammer and start wrapping around the snowman.
Ooh.
If the snowman could give me a oh wait, it just takes the damage. Okay. The snowman takes 5 fire damage.
Okay, yep. It is vulnerable to fire damage.
Lovely. And it needs to also give me a strength saving throw DC 14.
A strength saving throw, yashe. All right.
Difficulty class 1-4.
Well, it has +7, so that is 22.
That is unfortunately a success. So it is burdened by chains.
It is not happy about that whatsoever.
No. You know what? Is there anyone left in our party on this initiative order?
You're bottom of the order, so it'll be Carl next.
Okay, then let's do an action surge.
All right.
Yes.
Do it again. You guys have done so much damage already. Like, in
22
one round. It's great.
20 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
For 8 damage.
Yeah.
And 26 to hit
Hits.
for 12 damage.
Holy moly. You've done over 100 points of damage to this thing. It's still up, but
Good.
You guys are pretty beefy.
Gracious. Oh, this thing just really won't go down. End turn.
So, yes, it's looking somewhat diminished, this snowman, after all the fiery death that you've rained upon it, along with all of the chunks you've carved out of the ice. It's now Carl's turn.
Right. Okay. As best I can I sort of I want to sort of remain the distance I am away from it, but I want to sort of swing around to its or my right, if I can.
Right there. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. Do I see any particular? Do I see any like large rocks or boulders or stones kicking around?
They're mostly covered in snow, but there are a few, yes.
Is there one? Is there one within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, sure.
How big is that?
Probably as big as one of the snowman's buttons, so fist size.
Oh, so it really is quite small. Don't worry about it then. I'll cast a second level healing word on myself.
Okay.
And I'll take care of that, and that'll be the end of my. No, that's a bonus action. I'd actually like to use the rest of my action to dash along the edge of the page, as it were. About there. Perfect. Thank you. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. Next up is the snowman. Did not like what you guys did there at all, and particularly not those fiery chains. Didn't like that. So, first of all, it turns and locks its eyes. No, in fact, its body doesn't move. Its head moves. Turns to look at Nutmeg and glares at you with its chilling gaze. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no. Oh, that's all right. That is what numbers? 23.
You are also fine, because the chilling gaze is not working currently, because it's picking on the people who have Constitution, the barbarian and the fighter. However, seeing that its chilling gaze has not worked on you, as you feel the coldness sort of pressing into your soul, you feel the power of Jotun, the fire, burn it away. It then swings at you with its with one of its sharp limbs, tries to claw at you.
Oh, hello.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
That's a miss. Sorry, that's a...
the fuck? Alright. So you take... It's not too bad, actually, because I rolled 2 1s. So You take 18 points of slashing damage and 7 points of cold damage, reduced to 3.
Lovely. Good times, good times. Everything's fine.
Meanwhile, as it's paying attention to you, its second claw swings round, going this time for Smith on his other side. So Smith is going to try and hit you with a claw. Oh, that's not as good. 14 to hit.
That is a miss.
That is a miss. You've got an armor class of like 20 or something, haven't you? So you managed to...
19 now.
19. The claw just scrapes against your armor, but does no permanent damage. But you will have to, maybe do some key cutting later to try and get rid of that mark. But anyway, that is the Snowman's go. It's over to Lunk.
All right. Just to make sure, you can still see and hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because my Skype is completely frozen, but it's okay. I can still hear you, so it's all right. I just have no visuals at the moment.
This is why we split up audio and visual, so that at least one of them works.
Absolutely right, but this is the main one. This is the important one because I can hear y'all. Right, I think I'm gonna go for him again, Jack. I'm just gonna
do it. Go for him. I'm gonna cut him. We'll go for you though. Oh, Ethan, your sounds. I now can't hear you.
Oh no.
No, Ethan, I can't hear you.
We can't hear you anymore.
Doing so well.
Hello.
I realized that miming that I couldn't hear him doesn't work when he just said that he can't see us.
Yeah, I just thought that too.
Yeah, but I didn't think of it before I started just speaking out, really enunciating and pointing to my ear.
I'm gonna tag him on the Discord chat.
Tell him to kill the cameras. Oh, his camera is moving.
His cameras work, and it's just the audio that's...
The audio out again?
Hello, you're
Yeah,
back, yay!
I'm back.
Okay, we missed the critical moment. What did you get?
Well, I texted you it just to make sure, but it was 15 to hit.
15 is what you needed.
Oh, sick. Right, let's go. Let's do this then.
Roll
Let's
some
do this
damage.
before we lose me again. It's a 14 damage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Damn.
Second attack. Another 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Just 7 damage that time.
Holy shit. Okay, still lots of damage into it. It is looking ropey. Smith, you're next.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
Since it didn't like my Sunblade before, gonna go for the double attack again. So first attack is a 24,
Hits.
which is 9 radiant damage. And
Okay.
the attack is a miss. That is a 10.
Oh, unlucky. So.
And then bonus action, I'm going to say, free will, finish him off. And he's going to go to attack.
Yeah.
And he's going to press a button on his arm for the third voice phrase, saying, I'll be finished soon.
Love it.
And that is a 17 on the attack,
That hits.
which is 3 force damage.
3 force damage. Oh, God, it's still standing. It's still standing, but
I didn't-
pow! Ren.
I didn't even need to change his voice things. I literally had Smith is working very hard and I'll be finished soon as his 2 work phrases. And I was like,
Amazing.
this works well for combat.
Perfect. It's perfectly appropriate and versatile phrases. Finally, in the order is Nutmeg.
All right.
2 attacks.
let's-
Bring it down. Bring it down.
Yeah. I realized I did a non-optimal thing last round, and I can't really do it this round. It would be pointless, but let's smack it up the side of the head. That is unnatural 20 to hit.
Hits.
Good times. 17 damage.
17 damage. Describe to us how you destroy the snowman.
Yes. I mean, I'm assuming it's pretty much at the time all of us just flailing into this thing repeatedly. So as all of our different weapons are just like flying in and out of this snow creature, it's just basically just blending. There's these clouds that just slowly like we're making our own little snowfall as this blended snow
flurry.
creature. Yes. I assume like when they grind up ice for things, and there's just like a snow machine. We're a combined snow machine for this unnatural creature.
And brought down by a most unnatural kobold standing near
Yes,
12 feet
well,
tall.
I think the final moment, as I got to the kill, is one of the coal eyes on the ground that Nutmeg will crack with their hammer. Just crunch.
It's a beautiful cinematic piece of imagery there, thank you. Take some inspiration as well.
Oh, all right then.
Lovely. So with that out of the way, as you dispatch the abominable snowman, the blizzard then clears ahead of you as well, and you can see beyond where the blizzard was. Carl, you're the closest and have the best perception. You would see some rolling hills, not particularly tall hills, but hills nonetheless. And on the other side of these hills, you can see in the sky a great battle taking place between the 8 Pegasi that you recognise, along with these twisted, definitely creatures not of this world. These feathered, deer-headed birds of prey, huge ones. They are, locked in battle. There are more of these creatures than there are Pegasi, but the Pegasi seem to be holding their own. But you cannot see any of the chicks in this airborne battle.
I start to clap. I'm like, good. That was a good, well done. I like to see the teamwork there. That was really well executed. I love what was going on. I like the energy. It was great. Implementation, fantastic. But one small problem, and I then direct attention up into the air. I'm like, let's see if we can do that again and maybe render some aid to our associates that are not quite so horizontally confined. Yeah? Let's jog on, shall we?
Manager, none of us
Yes,
can
that'd
fly.
be me.
None of
Well,
us can fly.
let's get to the epicenter of the ongoing concern and see what aid we can render. Let's have less of this negative attitude from you there, Smith. Yeah? Let's see what we can do rather than what we can't.
Also, I'm quite sore, and also I think Ethan's mic is acting up again. Ethan, can you hear us?
If
Hit you, but my computer is just crashing at the minute.
Oh,
it's just not having a good time. If it helps, Ethan, if it's going to help the workload of the computer, maybe take Skype off.
Kill the video
and
feed.
Just have the Discord, and yeah, because that's the most.
The thing is, I literally can't do anything with this at the minute.
Oh,
It's
no!
completely frozen.
oh no.
Well, we can hear you for now, so that's hopefully enough for next combat if we're okay.
I'll leave
I-
the phone out just in case.
I said earlier, where are the chicks? But I don't know if that came through.
That did not,
Nope.
but
Well, if we head that way, hopefully we'll be able to find the chicks, or one of the Pegasus can lead us to where their chicks are, and we can help them on a more ground level.
Perhaps
Like
so.
I suppose that will have to do.
We don't have time to rest up, so I'm going to command Free Will, fix yourself up, and he is going to use one of his repair actions to heal himself, which
I don't think he took any
heals
damage.
him completely.
Oh
took
no, he
damage
did. Sorry,
from
the cold damage. Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets healed completely from the one repair action. And is anyone else injured?
oh yes.
Yes.
Who
I am
needs
fine.
who needs a bit of health?
I think I think both myself and I think me and DK are both in the 20s at this point in time.
Give it to Nutmeg.
I'm gonna-
Give it to Nutmeg.
I'm going to heal you. So I'm going to go to cast Cure Wounds. So as I go to reach my hand towards you, the hand separates and expands into 5 points from where my fingertips expand. And electricity goes between them all as I go towards you. Don't worry, I'm going to heal you as this electrified hand moves towards you and it
I
casts
am
Cure Wounds.
rather concerned. Okay.
You're fine. Don't move. It can get dangerous if you move. If you move, I could kill you. Stay still.
And Carl is there, but he's over the shoulder of Smith going, yep, this is good work. Keep it up. That's good. No, that's good. I like this. I like what you... This is excellent work. Keep this up. That's right. More. Don't stop. Keep going.
As I go to touch you for the cure, and to go clear and shock you, and it heals you for. I obviously don't heal people very much. Can't remember top of my head what cure wounds does.
D8s.
You for 11 damage, 11 health.
11 health. Thank you. Boop, boop, beep. Awesome sauce.
So we say that you do this as you kind of press on your way towards the hills. The hills themselves are at a gradual angle, so they're easy enough to overcome. A bit steeper on the opposite side, however. You know it seems deeper. The altitude is lower on the other side of these hills than when you approached it. But you can see there are, as you come over the precipice, you can see that there are a group of Pegasi chicks huddled together. It seems to be shielding themselves away from the action above them, kind of tucked into one of the hillsides a bit, as if trying to shelter them. And you can see knees are knocking. They are distressed. However, what appears to be more distressed are these creepy deer birds of prey, otherwise known as periton, because it's never going to come up, and I can't be bothered to keep describing them that way. Who are taking a beating from the Pegasi. The Pegasi are dominating them in the skies. It seems that they've got this in hand. That being said, however, Lunk, you recognise that the some of the chicks, Hubert, Humphrey, Ed, and Eddie, Maya, Mia, Nora, and Lady are all accounted for. Missing, however, are Nora, Dora, and Penelope. And one of these chicks that are here recognises you and comes over to you. In fact, it's Hubert comes up to you, and it seems to be trying to get your attention.
What is it, Hubert?
And he tugs your hat, just gets it in his teeth and starts pulling you to one side.
Show me where the rest are, Hubert.
Flutters over. Some of the others join him, and they all hurriedly go towards a small pile of feathers against the hillside at the bottom, at sort of the bottom of the ravine, and points at them with one of his wings.
I go to investigate the feathers.
All right, make an investigation check, please.
No worries.
I assume the rest of you are following as well, because, well, these are the things you're looking for? Yes, cool.
It's not great. It's an 11.
11.
Inspiration.
Oh yeah, inspiration. I use my inspiration.
Well, as it is the festive edition, I will let you, after the fact, declare inspiration. That's fine.
Mind, I am also trying to put out fires on my computer right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So what is it? Is it what am I rolling here?
Investigation.
I mean for the inspo.
For the bardic inspiration, it's a D8, and for a skill check, it will be an ability check. You can basically roll the dice twice and use whatever roll you want.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you meant actual inspiration rather than bardic inspiration. Sorry, my bad.
D&D.
Okay, so that's an 11. Taking the higher, so 11 plus 5 is 16.
16. All right. It appears the feathers. There's a splash of blood here as well. But they the blood sort of stops short in a kind of a in a line against the ravine on the floor. If you imagine sort of like looking at like a skirting board, it's like the blood is against the skirting board. So it's, you can see there's a definite sort of end point. Then if the skirting were taken away, there would be just a bit of blood on the floor and this very definite line. That's what you see of the blood. And the feathers, again, small feathers, there's a few of them here. It appears that this creature must have been in some kind of distress and in a hurry, as these have fallen sort of haphazardly in a pile.
Okay. Could I try and dig through some of the snow? Is that possible?
You can try. Make an athletics check.
Athletics. 19.
So you're digging and digging. You get through all the snow and in this immediate area, and there's just rock underneath, and you kind of find like where the dirt of the ground meets the rock of the rock of the hillside, which is confusing because hills normally, it's dirt and what have you. But this is rock and ice in this particular part of the hillside. You've just got some bare rock there, and the Pegasi are still pointing at the feathers. Some of them are pointing at the rock face that you've just exposed as well, and whinnying and bucking and the rest of it. They definitely want to get your attention, but equally you notice that whilst they're pointing at the rock face, they are trying to keep their distance from it.
Okay. I think it's time to start hitting stuff with my great axe, to be honest with you.
All right.
The solution to all of life's problems.
Especially as a barbarian,
Correct.
I need to get inside here.
You can start whacking on this rock face with your axe, but doesn't appear to be doing anything significant to the rock face. What are the rest of you doing while he's doing this?
Looking on confused.
Yeah.
Can I look around to see if there's somewhere that the babies would have gone, or like any structures that they could have been taken to?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Can I add my leather worker's proficiency because I'm looking for animals that I could turn into leather?
No.
Damn.
Nice try. It's always worth trying. As we discussed pre-stream.
Hang on, I was speaking such bullshit. I forgot what check I was doing. What am I looking? What am I doing?
Perception check.
Perception. That's it. I knew it was something.
I'm gonna
Perception.
apply
Cool.
these leather tools to my eyes. I can see better.
It's a 10.
10. There doesn't appear to be any obvious signs of life here, of any civilization of any kind. You haven't really seen any since you left the enclave, but two of the chicks, Maya and Mia, grab you by your tunic, like flutter over and then start and pull you back towards the rock face just until you're facing it, and they're just like. Their wings are gesticulating wildly at this rock face that now Lunk has uncovered. It's maybe 12 feet across, maybe 8 feet tall, this particular piece of rock embedded in the hillside.
Actually not bullshit one, but can I use my thieves' tools to look for traps or like trapdoors?
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, you can make a... for this, it would be an intelligence check and then add your thieves' tools proficiency.
Intelligence check. Oh, that's actually what I'm good at. Sorry, I'm so used to not being smart as a character.
Ah, yes.
21.
Well, Smith, bizarrely, in the rock face, you do find a keyhole of some variety. A rudimentary keyhole in the rock.
I'm going to say to you, I found the keyhole, found an entrance to something. There's something under the ground. I'm going to attempt to pick the lock.
You can do. Make a dexterity check and add your thieves' tools proficiency.
That is a natural 1.
not only do you not open the lock, but you in fact break your lockpicks. So you fortunately have a spare set of lockpicks in your thieves' tools, but that is that's going to impede you somewhat. And it's actually how they've broken is they've kind of lodged themselves into the lock, so you kind of it's going to be difficult to now.
I've made
do
the
that again.
situation slightly worse. So I say we go back to Plan B, Plan A. Everyone, weapons out, hit it. Yes, on board.
Well, oh, look, I can rustle something up if you need a second set of lock picks if you need them. You know, I'm just saying.
I've got some more, but my old ones are kind of stuck in it.
We'll have a talk about this about your next performance review. All right, whack it.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, Nutmeg, go ahead.
Okay, if this is my performance, I'll do one more check. Let me try one more time. I've got a second lockpick.
All right, you're going back. Hey, like this time, do what you did last time, but better. Inspiration, bardic inspiration.
Am I inspired?
I mean, I think with some synergistic management solutions, I think you would be inspired.
Mm-hmm.
What does the bardic inspiration do?
So you get to roll a d8 and add it to your dice roll, but if you're using it on an ability check, you get to roll the inspiration twice and pick either roll.
Okay. Got 9. 32.
Sorry, Ethan, you're we can't hear you. And that was 22, did you say?
32.
32. Right. So yes, you remove the old lockpick, and then this time, click. You knew exactly what you did wrong, and the rock starts to rumble, as if there's some sort of ancient mechanism that you have somehow sprung, and the door swings open. Inside,
Put that in my review.
Inside, you can see a bunch of stairs leading down. They seem to have been they're rudimentary stairs carved into ice, and it's a very steep stairwell going down into the darkness.
Oh.
But there are on the other side of the door. You do see another couple of feathers.
It looks dangerous, slippery, and probably deadly. Free will. You go first.
I thought we'd ask Carl for a risk assessment.
I've got one of those. I've got it, and he quickly is like, actually, I don't think we have the time. But I'll fill it out as we go. Yeah, how does that sound?
Amazing. Do we have?
I like it.
Do we have an Ethan or not?
Do you have any what? Sorry.
An Ethan.
Ethan's computer has fully crashed, but he's now working on getting Discord up on his phone, so we can, he'll be able to patch in with us. But assume Lunk's going to be with you.
We'll assume Lunk is leading the charge after Free Will. We'll let the robot.
So Free Will's going to be first to descend the stairwell.
Yes. And
Can he make a dexterity saving throw, please?
This is why you keep the expendables around. Dexterity saving throw. Oh, he's got +3 to that. Oh, that's really useful. He's got 4. Sorry, 5.
5. Takes the first 2 steps with these. By the third step, whoop! Clank. We now have a free will ball rolling down the icy stairs and into the darkness below.
Cool. There's a chance it's slippery, guys.
You eventually hear the crashing stop. It appears he's reached
Sounds
the bottom.
like it's only a little fall.
Who's next?
I don't want to make him go next because he's not here. I just assumed Blanc would be next, but he's not here to volunteer to be the first human down there.
He is currently being distracted by trying to keep the chicks calm in his
Yeah, so,
dulcet
so
way.
I'll head down next.
Oh no, hold on.
What?
Oh, no,
okay,
wait!
I'm
Dexterity
stopping.
saving throw.
Holding the door frame.
Smith
well-
literally has 1 foot out, ready to go. Yep, sorry.
The floor is safe out here, and that is a slippery slope. So perhaps Nutmeg will pull out a hammer, a piton, and a rope. We'll hammer the piton into the rock, and we'll attach a rope.
This is incredibly smart.
And now we can just go down and hold onto the rope, and if we slip, we're just holding onto a rope. Rather than careening down into a dark cave at high speed on ice.
Oh, yes. I should also say that Free Will has taken 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
And
I
if
yell down the stairs. Fix yourself up, and he casts repair on himself. And he's okay.
Also, since we're going down this dark tunnel, dancing lights.
You can do dancing lights?
We
Oh yeah,
also
we
cast
can
them.
all do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Nutmeg will cast 120 foot of evenly spaced dancing lights.
Oh, Ethan's back on Skype.
Ethan,
Can you hear
face.
me?
Ethan
Yes.
sound.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Oh! You will
So
not.
good.
I've been literally sat here staring at a blank screen for the last 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's scary.
it's all right.
Could you
okay.
hear us?
No, because at a certain point the computer just crashed.
Ah,
So what I did, instead of letting it rest, I've just immediately turned it back on again, and we're going to get through this.
We're going to power
Yes.
through. That's
Fair
what we're going
play.
to do.
well,
With
we're currently
Nut-
ascending stairs with holding a rope so that because the robot fell and hurt himself.
Yes.
Okay. We're on a rope. We're heading underground. Cool.
So
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
heading first down the rope?
I was about to step down, so I'll go holding the rope, sliding down the, attempting to walk down the stairs.
Okay, so
I'm going to assume Lunk will be at the back, so because he's the largest, so he potentially is like an anchor, just in case.
yeah, that makes sense. I agree. I'm happy with that. Smith, make a dexterity saving throw. 1 metal dude
Ooh,
following
natural
the other
20.
one. Clunk, 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 clunk. Sure-footedly, you descend the stairs. Clunk, 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 holding the rope. You get to the bottom of the stairs. It is dark down there, but dancing lights has been cast. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you cast it on Smith? And one of them on Smith or something?
No,
like
no.
that?
So dancing lights is floating lights.
Yes. Sorry. So you've just sent them down the slope.
Yeah. So basically, I'd as evenly as possible space to the lights down 120 foot,
Marvelous.
so that the route was as lit as possible for that first 120.
It's lit.
Yeah. 120 would actually take it down to the bottom of the stairs. So that's.
I don't think they. What's the area they cut? So they cover like a 10-foot radius each.
Yeah, it's
so
just
they're
dim
not-
light in a 10-foot radius,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
So it's
but that's fine.
four spots. I suppose if we all do it, that's
Yeah, we all can, can't we?
yeah.
Mm.
Four
It's a
lights.
cantrip, so it's free. So
Yeah.
So Smith, when you get to the bottom of the steps, you can see that it opens up into a larger cavern. Although it seems that there is some sense of civilization here. There's carved columns. There are 6 sarcophagi down here, and in the center in the center, but at the back of the room, if that makes sense. In the middle of your vision, but at the back of the room, there is a plinth with a single skull on the top of it.
This is ominous.
Lunk
Going
is at the top of the stairs currently.
I shout. This is ominous.
I'm going to whisper shout up the stairs. There's just please come down here quickly.
It is. I should also say that it is dimly lit down here. There are sconces that appear to have been lit, which is troubling.
I will cast dancing light around the room, but I will also turn on my sunblade to give me some light.
Ah, cool. Yeah, so you can see a bit clearer now. As I described, but also with the sunblade, which I think is 30 foot bright, 30 foot dim, you would then also be
I believe so.
you would also be able to see, even with your passive perception, you can see some small equine figures that are trembling behind one of the sarcophagi.
Oh,
Be hiding.
It's okay, birdie things. Come here. Your friend Lunk is up the stairs.
Who's next down the stairs?
Ooh, don't mind. I can go down. I'll go down.
Sure.
As you start to go down,
If Lunk is insisting on staying up top, I'll go down. Yeah.
as you start to go down, Carl will step in and go, what you did there with the rope, we'll talk about this at your next performance review. This is excellent work. And on a personal note, I'd like to maybe stir fry an idea in your think walk and see what sizzles.
Your think walk.
That is the worst combination of words I have ever.
Okay.
Good luck.
You don't want to know what's sizzling in my think walk.
I'll bet.
Okay. Was that just words, or did that have any mechanical benefit?
No, that was just words.
It's like, are you giving one inspiration? No, okay.
You now have one
excellent.
level of exhaustion.
However, because of the rope and now secured at both ends, because you got their very heavy Warforged Smith holding it at one end and Lunk supervising at the other end with the piton and whatnot, you can roll with advantage on your.
I am
next save, you say.
supervising.
Lovely. Yes. As
Yes.
Nutmeg,
Lovely callback.
as Nutmeg receives that speech from Carl and starts making their way down the rope, they feel like a little thing die inside them, and the spark of rebellion against the against the corporation above grows. Little light growing inside. What was it? What check was it?
Dexterity save, please.
Dex save. Okay. That is a 14.
With advantage, was that 14?
With advantage, that was 14.
14 still fails, unfortunately. So
Excellent.
yeah, halfway down the stairs before whoop, you can't hold onto the rope, and you bam, 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 start rolling down the stairs, crashing in a heap. You actually crash into Free Will, who then falls over, and you're in a heap with them.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Idiot.
Ow.
As Smith is standing next to you guys and trying to be quiet. Free Will presses the button and says idiot. And you took 3 points of bludgeoning damage, Nutmeg, from the fall.
Lovely. My favourite.
Carl or Lunk going down next?
It'll be Carl.
Okay.
Lunk seems to be a good pillar of support here.
Mhm.
I'm also going to burn my point of inspiration. I'm going to burn my point of inspiration on this as well.
You won't need to burn actual inspiration because you already have advantage.
Oh, well, great then. I won't bother.
Save it for a rainy day.
Oh, that's not very good. Dex save, yeah, all right. 12.
Oh, you also go tumbling down the stairs. Just as Nutmeg is dusting themselves off, Nutmeg, you just managed to dodge out of the way of the cascading Carl, who takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage and also crashes into Free Will.
Solidarity.
Free Will is taking a battering right now, I tell you.
That's what he's for.
That's what he's for. Love it. And meanwhile, Smith, you've been trying to keep quiet, and everyone is falling down the stairs. Lunk, you are last to come down the stairs.
My turn.
Yes.
I shall try to be more careful.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
19.
You, sir, are absolutely fine going down the stairs, and not only that, but if you had failed because you were the last one, the piton would have come out, which could have been a real problem. So
It's a good job this was with advantage, because you do not want to know what I rolled on my first one.
You very
Don't
quietly,
run.
carefully start making your way down the stairs. Before you get to the bottom of the stairs, however, as Smith has been trying to coax the Pegasi over to him, they seem unwilling to move, Smith.
I'm going to take a note from horror films and look behind me.
You see a growing shadow coming down the stairs, illuminated by the dancing lights. It's getting bigger with every step.
When you say the steps, I'm assuming you mean where everyone
Where
else
you
is?
come from, yes.
Okay, good. I was just joking. So, if in any horror film, if something's not coming towards you, looking behind you should always be option number one.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Cool. I'm gonna stop trying to coax them because I'm not the coaxy kind of thing, and I don't know them. So I'm gonna wait till Lunk comes down because they don't seem to hate him.
Who is it who's
Daddy's
come
here.
down here?
Sorry, did I interrupt your grand entrance, Jack, by making it awful?
There was two things happened at once, which is totally fine. Lunk
two rough
is
voices
just getting
in
to the bottom of the
conflict.
stairs. As Lunk, you get to the bottom of the stairs. Yes, there is this commotion, and you hear. Who is it who has come down here? Adventurers, perhaps, in the icy north?
No, we're just employees.
My sound lagged a little bit. Where's this voice coming from?
It's hard to tell because of the acoustics in here, but certainly somebody in the room.
We're just here for the birds. We'll be leaving once we've got them.
The birds. As if I believe that. Appearing from one of the sarcophagi is a figure in red robes with a hood up. You are trying to stop the red mages in their plan. Well, guess what? You will not succeed. The Grand Magister will be reawakened. In fact, he's about to join us.
We just want the flying horses. We are happy to leave after we have got them.
Do you take me for a
made a
full
solemn
giant
promise.
one?
Whoa. Let's just simmer down. Let's just talk about this. Maybe there's a compromise that we can come to that will benefit all of us. Now, why don't we just have a little think about what we're doing here? And as I do that, I want to cast Charm Person.
Yes.
All right.
Why does
Charm person,
every
wisdom
adventure
save.
not have a manager? He is best.
I'm not kidding. That's another natural 20.
Well, hell. Okay.
Ah, trying to fool me with magic, are you? Don't you know who the red mages are? Perhaps you are just foolish employees after all. But too late. I must do as the Grand Magister asks, and I feel him. Do you not feel it? You hear a rumbling in the room around you. Yes, he is coming. He is about to join us. And the figure looks fervently over to the skull on the plinth. After a moment, 2 gems inlaid in the eyes light up. A sickening yellowy green. The head hovers up off of the plinth. It's now hovering of its own accord. Has the time come? Yes, Grand Magister, yes. We have begun gathering the artifacts of Ushtag. The time will soon be upon us. Now it is time for you to ride him again, as was the prophecy. Bring me to my body. The skull
Cool.
turns to you 5.
We're gonna leave. So
Yeah.
good luck.
I
Yeah,
cannot
also-
allow that.
You should change your branding because our boss also wears red robes, and it's quite confusing to. Like, you're wearing red robes, they're wearing red robes.
I mean,
The
yeah, our
trademark
guys.
is pending.
I think
I
you'll find
would like to make a point.
Everyone stops and looks at Lunk.
I made a solemn promise.
We'll grab the birds and let's fuck off.
I am going to take the Pegasi now. You can do whatever you want.
You will not interrupt our plans.
I'm not interrupting. I just would like the horses. I made a solemn promise.
Lunk, I'd like you to make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Because you did make a solemn promise, and this has been Lunk's modus operandi for the entirety of this adventure.
I just love the idea that, like, this is, definitely not Voldemort. It's like, can you just not be the Dark Lord? He's like, oh yeah, sure, no worries.
Boys,
We don't care about that.
What'd you roll?
boys. I just rolled a dirty 20.
It's not a natural 20, but a dirty 20 is a good roll in this eventuality. The skull rotates to one side a little bit, looking at you with its cold, gem-inlaid eyes. He then turns to the red mage beside him. These fools will not be a nuisance. Is the teleportation circle ready? Yes, Master. Yes, Grand Magister. Sorry. Yes, Grand Magister. We can take you straight back to Kothar now. Then I must leave. Do with them what you will. The skull floats across and into an adjoining room. You notice that there is an archway to one side, leading to another room. The mage, however, stays, staring you down.
So...
Yes. The Grand Magister has spoken, and you can see that this figure, it pulls back its hood, and you can see it's a tiefling, purple hue, with it has 5 horns rather than 2, and they're all kind of bizarre angles coming out of its head. And what the Grand Magister says, we should abide by. Therefore, you may take your chicks and leave. But do not stay
Thank
here.
you.
Do not ever come back to this place. If you're not out of here in 1 minute, I shall bring fire down upon all of you, and I will take great pleasure in doing so.
All while he's doing that speech, Lunk has already walked over to go find Penelope.
You find behind the sarcophagi, you've avoided a horrific encounter, by the way, guys. So excellent job, Lunk, on the persuasion there.
I love preloading everything by making solemn promises. That's the only way to get through every campaign, as long as he solemnly promised something.
I made a solemn promise. Yeah, I love it. I'm going to nick that. That's a good call. So
I made a solemn promise that you would give me a discount at this inn.
I mean, it worked for Samwise Gamgee, right? I made a promise, Mr. Frodo. A promise. Worked really well.
Yeah.
Yes. So you find Nora and Dora and Penelope hiding behind one of the sarcophagi. And Penelope, her nose has been bitten off. And it's very bloody.
Cure wounds. And I do the nice version. The not electrified one.
You heal over
I
the.
totally had an option of it.
You heal over the nose, but it doesn't bring back the missing chunks. So there's still a gap, but you kind of scabbed it over and healed it.
I pull Penelope into a very gentle cuddle.
It kind of whimpers, but it accepts the hug. Shady Baby 27, first time chat, says, "Oh nose, Thank you. We love puns here as well, so
Disrespectful.
welcome. You have arrived.
Disrespectful.
Read the room, Shady Baby 27. Jesus. Also followed an hour ago. I'm sorry I didn't mention it. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. All right. So you scoop. So you got you've given Penelope a cuddle. The other two, Nora and Dora, they're happy for you to leave. The red mage is less than happy for you to leave, but seems to be has obliged to let you leave.
I don't give a shit about that guy.
I didn't think you would. Are you heading back up the stairs? Sorry. Go ahead, Nutmeg.
Oh, it's just you in the red robe.
Yes.
Why did you kidnap a bunch of baby Pegasi?
Oh no, they were here when I got here. I arrived not long ago to summon the Grand Magister, for the time of reckoning is nearly upon us. Ushtag will fly again. It will be because of us.
You didn't think to maybe check with them about why they were here? You didn't want to maybe help them get home? It just seems weird.
If you must know, I did not know they were here. I did not see them. They did not make a sound. I was much more preoccupied with the Grand Magister.
Oh.
Does the Grand Magister give you sick days?
The Grand Magister has been without his body and in this phylactery for over 3 centuries. I don't report to the Grand Magister currently, though now he supersedes all of my masters before that and the Magisters. But we don't have we're more of a collective. We don't really have a sick
Is
day
that
sort
a
of
no?
employment. No.
You should look into.
Their boss has had 300 days worth of sick days.
Sickness is a kind
a
of
good deal.
weakness, and weaknesses are destroyed by fire.
Well, let's leave with the Pegasi. Let's forget creepy tiefling man.
But I will say before we go, you should look into getting a better work-life balance.
And Lunk turns and leaves.
Merry Festmas. And
Oh, you were with the
Nutmeg
8.
follows.
You are with the 8. Oh no.
We go
This
to leave.
This cannot do.
As everybody else has left and Carl is about to head off, he turns to this guy and goes, "Hey, interesting work, like your style. I think we've got some tips we can learn from each other. Are you going to be at the Winters Forest biannual Middle Managers Conference at any point in time? Because I'd love to sit you down and just, swap notes. If you're going to be, around. Are you going to be around?"
In his hand appear 3. Well, hovering above his hand appear 3 balls of fire.
Interesting. All right. If you are there and I catch up with you, you can teach me that. That'd be great.
You work for the 8. You work for the 8. I cannot allow this. I cannot allow this.
Hang on. No, and I stamp my feet, dimension door the fuck out of there.
Yes. The
Love to
rest
skip
of you,
the final boss.
yeah, the rest of you who are on the stairs need to make athletics checks because you got to run and get out of there because this guy is starting to fire up the place and he's gonna start melting stuff. Get the fuck out of there.
Excellent. What was this? Sorry, athletics.
Athletics, run up the stairs. Go.
Does the rope give us advantage?
It stops you having disadvantage.
Okay.
I got 17. My robot got 2.
Okay,
I've got a
Smith.
12.
All right, Lunk, you were first
Oh
out.
wait, is it athletics?
Yes.
Athletics.
Oh, 9. He has a +7 for athletics.
Nice.
Gee,
Nutmeg?
he's better than me.
18.
Okay, Lunk, you're first up. You start running and you slip on the stairs like halfway up, boof, and you just so you don't slip down the stairs. You're just kind of stuck in the middle. Nutmeg, you see Lunk go down and you can nimbly hop over him and continue upwards. Smith, you're okay as you start ascending, but you hear behind Free Will slips and starts rolling back down the stairs. And as with each step, as he crashes down, you hear, "Idiot! Smith is working very hard."
Can I just quickly clarify that the Pegasus chicks are flying up there, right?
Yes, they are flying. They don't need
Okay.
to make checks here. They are flying. They're getting out of there.
At this point, that is Lunk's only concern.
Yeah,
It's
that's
getting
fair.
the chicks out.
You like, look up and you can see them flying ahead. You're like, I've done good.
Promise fulfilled.
I have fulfilled a solemn promise. Yes, so Smith, you see Lunk down in front of you, and Free Will has fallen back down the stairs, and you can hear and feel the fire that it's starting to envelop the lower chamber.
I'm going to yell down to Free Will, "Hurry up or I'll build a replacement." And I'm going to start pushing Lunk up the stairs, or try to help him get up and up the stairs.
All right, so this time, Lunk, you can make an athletics check with advantage as Smith is helping you.
16.
So you get yourself to your feet, and with Smith's help, get to the top of the stairs. You can actually see now as the two of you are starting to ascend the stairs that as you take your feet from one step to the next, the ones behind you are starting to melt, and it's turning to slush. It's very unpleasant. Free Will is further behind and trying to push his way through the slurry, and he's having a problem. You need to make an athletics check for Free Will.
Yeah. Oh, much better. 18.
18. He's wading through, but it's proving difficult for him to get to the top. You manage to get to the surface and get through the door. Smith, you look back and you can see Free Will is struggling. Because the stairs are falling away before him, and he's like trying to scrabble up the slope.
Is the rope still attached up the top?
Yeah, you've still got it pitted in. You were the one with the. Yeah, it's still there.
Can I hold on to the rope, lean down to into the entrance and try and grab him?
Yeah, yes you can. I'll say for this. Oh, this is interesting. Make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. That's one better. 14.
14. Yep. Kind of get yourself at an angle. You think you can just about reach for Free Will. If only he could get a couple of inches closer to you to reach out and grab your hand. Can Free Will make one last athletics check?
14 as well. Man, he is lucky that he has +7 on these.
14 is not enough. The metal arm reaches, and it just carries on sliding backwards. The fire you can now see the fire at the bottom of the stairs, and Free Will is now sliding back towards it. And he seems to...
As he falls back into the fire, I'm going to go, "No!" And let's go.
And you see Free Will as he goes back into the fire. He pulls out one arm, one fist. A thumb appears up from it. And you hear, "Idiot," as he slides back into the fire.
And as I stand up, I'm like, "Cool, let's go." Carl, you're reimbursing me for the materials for a robot.
And that was
How did you get to the top of the stairs before us?
Oh, natty cape, buddy. Like, it's not all about the big hammers and tongs, my friend. It's, it's the threads. It's all about the threads.
You are a coward.
I am a manager. I'm supposed to survive. I've got
The
to
moral
report
of the
back.
story is...
I've got to report back so we can improve the staff training.
Oh, buddy.
You're a
I've got
coward, I'm a manager. That's perfect.
Smith, don't worry about it. I've got you on this. Is there something that medium to large size? And I'm thinking like a tree trunk or a very big a boulder anywhere near us.
Yep.
I pull out my flute, and I a little ditty, and I animate the boulder, and it will follow us for the next hour. and whatever Smith wants us to do with it, it will do.
Well, that's
Oh.
that's a nice gesture.
Yeah, I'll take this as a replacement. He'll be useful in the smithy.
When
It dies after an hour, but yeah.
and in that hour,
Oh, then
you'll be flying back to the enclave on the back of the Pegasi, who have beaten the Periton. So for a while, there was a bit of a commotion at one point on the flight back as the Periton carrying these stone homunculus is they're very startled when it disappears.
Oh no! It just stops being animated.
Oh, it stops.
So I
It
guess
stops
it
being
just
animated.
rolls
Right.
off.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
the
So
boulder.
that's what I mean. It just falls off.
just dropped it in the lake, and all we hear telepathically, "Oh, that was rude."
So because of the time,
Oh.
this has run a bit longer than I was than originally anticipated and whatnot. I'll truncate this a bit. So you get back to the enclave and inform Crankle about everything that had happened. He rewards you by letting you keep most of the items, apart from the sunblade. He takes the sunblade back. That's for somebody important, potentially.
So I lose a robot and a magic flame sword.
That's okay. I'll give you something else instead.
Damn right.
He gives you his cane, his red and white striped cane, which is actually
it
a veteran. It's a veteran's
Do
cane.
anything?
Yes, it can turn into a sword.
Yeah. Not like I make them every day.
Yes, but it's but it is a magical sword, and it is yours.
Yeah, not like I can just make magical swords. That's
And of course, the
Fine.
reward for each of the four of you, as promised, you will assist Festir himself, this Festmas, riding on his chariot, of course, with all of the Pegasi now returned. They'll be able to fly it, and I'm sure they're all incredibly grateful for it. Oh, and we in the days that follow, in the day that follows before the off, Crass also informs you all, particularly with Lunk being very attached to Penelope, we have managed to create a new nose for Penelope. It is pink, and it lights up in the darkness. We were wondering, we were thinking we could get her to lead the Pegasi on Festmas.
I was gonna infuse the radiant weapon into a nose for her. I was like, yeah, I was like, it's all going together, but no.
So
Other
I
people
think
have made Rudolph.
It's fine. We saved the day, and our reward was more work. We're working on a holiday, everybody. That's our reward. I just like everyone to remember that.
Will we be getting time and a half?
yes, you'll be getting double time, actually, and we have also arranged paid vacation for all four of you to a destination of your choice within the Manylands for 7 days. No, sorry, for 8 days, for a week,
anywhere
an
else.
8 day.
Anywhere
in the Manylands you choose.
Anywhere else.
Yes.
Obviously,
somewhere.
this doesn't normally happen, and we'd have to make assurances. You'd have to be invisible to other people around you, but we have ways of doing that.
At the end of the holiday, do we have to actually come back?
Ideally, yes. Of course, you can.
Ideally.
Of course, you can retire when you feel
What?
you're no longer fit for purpose. But remember, we are all in service to Festir.
We
Set
can
Festir's
retire?
will.
That's an option? I
Yes.
thought we just died.
Well, Smith, for you, retirement would be death. You were built of component parts. You are built to work.
Oh. Yeah.
But anyway, as I said, with Penelope, we think that henceforth she shall be known as Penelope, the Pink-Nosed Pegasus. What do you think?
I think there's a copyright infringement pending.
Have you checked form 80001A?
I'm going to have to redo all the schedules now. I've got a spreadsheet and I'm going to have to change the name on all of them now.
Carl, as Festir will attest, there are some things in life that don't require forms.
I'm. This is why I'm in charge of our ISO certification, and I just get you to sign things when you need to, sir. But it's okay.
Well, take a load off, enjoy Festmas, and I'm sure the reward of giving all of those good people their gifts to open will be a reward in of itself. And plus you now have a holiday to look forward to too. Thank you all so much for your help, and Merry Festmas.
Merry Festmas.
Festmas, one and all.
Merry
You can consider this my 2 weeks' notice.
And so with that P45, our heroes do indeed get to travel with Festir on Festmas, on Festmas Eve, delivering presents to the good and the godly, and also to a special select group of people who have been residing in many places throughout the Manylands on a very important mission indeed. Some of which we know particularly well. And that will, as for these 4, they go off and do their business. Afterwards, they have holidays to look forward to. They have other jobs to look for. In Lunk's case,
Future endeavours.
Perhaps we may meet this eclectic group again. Who knows? There are many possibilities when it comes to the Manylands, and that is where we're going to leave things for tonight and for this year. We'll be back in the new year with the Manylands campaign. That's the standard. What a journey! Merry Christmas! Thank you, Shady Baby 27. Hope you enjoyed. Yes. So we'll be back with the regular gang in January. First of all, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, the players, for playing, and a big thanks, of course, to our special guest star, Ethan. Everybody.
That was fun.
Much. They were very fun.
I hope you
The
enjoyed
computer
it.
issues were dreadful, but we got through it.
We got through it, and this is a good
United
test for
front.
us. We've been talking for a while. Hopefully, we, if our schedules align, we can get you back on in the new year for a guest starring role in the main campaign at some point.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, definitely. We'd
Good
love to have you
opportunity
back.
to revive Lunk,
Well, possibly.
the head of the
yes.
union.
Could be a post-unionized Lunk. Oh dear.
Oh, Red Robbo.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for playing. Happy holidays, whatever you're doing. Enjoy this festive season as much as you can. Be safe. Get vaccinated. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Merry 2021, everyone. Good night. Bye.
Bye.